Alright, so let's carry on, guys. And in the chat, Kim is saying that he got the solution for the OVF for export or exporting a virtual machine lab, and it was stuck on 33%. So thank you, Kim, for sharing that. And you have to just unblock the pop-ups that are normally blocked in browsers. If you unblock them, then you will be able to export the virtual machines from the vCenter environment. Hi guys, so let's get going. And what we are trying to do is let's start our V and center. Log into the vCenter. I don't know what happened to my count here, but I think it's like 13, 12, right? So let's start the machines. Good afternoon. And let's log into our vCenter. Small VC, VC shift 123 without shift 123. Wow, I'm putting in the username area. Seriously. Administrator at vsphere.local. And just log in. Okay, so we are logging into our machines here, and let's start creating okay guys, so now hopefully our machines are all up and running, and you guys are really sharp and working hard. That's very good. And hopefully you're preparing, you've been going through the questions, exam questions or exam collection file questions for VMware as well, and try to pass this exam. So let us go ahead and let's try to check what we need to do today. There's a lot of labs here. There's update manager, and then well, the long list of features that we still need to check, although we have gone for the major features there, but still, and since it's been long since we have given any exam, it's been too long, so we can go for another exam if you like. Why am I saying if you like? Okay, so hopefully everyone has is okay. Admit. So more students are coming. So Munir is saying no exams. Iman is saying we don't like. Yeah, who likes exams, right? She was saying no. So that's out of the question. Why would anyone say, yes, I love exams, why don't you please exam us again and again and again? So yeah, sure, nobody would like that. I wish the world works that way. So well, on the last day you can have that. Although we're covering all the things, I need to mark you for, right? I need to give you some more marks, right? So and that's going to increase your knowledge as well, but not now, obviously later. Okay, so let's go ahead. I hope everyone has started the lab. So in the last ones, we have talked about affinity rules, EVC, enhanced vMotion compatibility, and the resource pool. And that was a very strange thing that we were hearing in the EVC, that it was compatible for some 1 week before, and then it was not compatible for the same person the next week. The enhanced vMotion compatibility, that and there was a question there in the exam as well, right? So then affinity rules, we talked about that. Resource pool, we talked about. And resource pool is, so anyone can just quickly say that what's the difference between between um, between right, so reservation and limit. That's a difference that we need to know. So reservation and limit, and so what's the difference between reservation and limit? And I'm sure many of us know that. So what's the difference between reservation and limit? That's not very difficult, is it? So maybe answers are still coming, or maybe you're still writing, or by this time I would have Googled it, and I would have just put it there. So reservation limit in what? Okay, resource pools. Resource pools. And in resource pool, difference between reservation and limit. So anyone knows that? No? Yes? Maybe? Or pass? You can also say pass. Pass means I don't know, and I don't want to know. No, don't say pass. Okay, so maybe okay, so there's Imane has put that reservation amount of CPU or memory that is guaranteed available to the resource pool. Reserved resources are not wasted if they are not used. Upper limit for CPU or memory resources assigned to this resource pool. Okay, that's thank you for this. And you can see the chat, reservation and limit related discussion. So that's very good. Thank you. And we can so amount of CPU or memory that is guaranteed available to the resource pool. Reserved resources are not wasted if they are not used. Limit upper limit for CPU or memory. So that's a very good answer. So if it comes in the interview, hopefully you're able to answer that. So let's go ahead, guys. And by this time, you have started the machine. So we were talking about OVA and OVF. Pretty much we were able to do OVF. Then we were going for VM templates there. There was customized template or customizations we tried to do there with the virtual machine management. And we did that last time. Now let's go ahead and try to go for another feature, very interesting feature, and that is update. So so there's that. It is called VUM, or VMware Update Manager. So guys, is it week 13 or 14? I think 13, right? count here is kind of going wrong. Okay, 20 April, week 13. So, did college say anything about, yeah, we can have classes till week 17, 18, 19, 20 as well? Uh, and, or you have other courses finishing or finished already? So, okay. Yeah, last year we were doing my VMware is freezing every time. Okay. What are you saying? VMware is freezing every time you need it. Did you upgrade the RAM? Hopefully, and it is 16 GB. I would say saying last week we have been doing fault tolerance. Oh yeah, last week we've been doing fault tolerance. Where is that? Yeah, I was thinking that. Thank you, Alexei, for noticing that. So this means I have to update from here. And oh, did I not update it? Fault tolerance, yeah, DRSHT. Okay, guys, let's go for. We're gonna figure that or try to get that thing going now. Oh, you said no. So Munir, that's your answer. Why VMware is freezing? If you upgrade the RAM to 16 GB, it will not freeze. So guys, as we were talking about the VUM. So VUM is VMware Update Manager. So anyone knows what is the update software for Microsoft machine? Suppose you want to update Microsoft machine. So anyone knows what is the name of the server that updates all Microsoft operating systems and applications? So yeah. Whoa, okay. So many knows that. WSUS. So WSUS or Windows Server Update Services, WSUS, that is the service in Microsoft that updates all the operating systems and applications. So here in VMware, so that is called VMware Update Manager, and so we can update all the ESXi hosts, virtual machines, and appliances from VUM, right? So VMware is more solid product. It's not like Microsoft that it will release all the every month it has to release updates, but Microsoft has a huge line of products there, right? But every month, pretty much for operating system, there are updates. VMware does not have monthly updates, right? So VMware updates whenever required are downloaded by the update manager, and we can deploy these updates at a weekend, just like in some of us may have updated or worked with WSUS, Windows Server Update Services, and may have been updating all the Windows machines through that server. So that's the same thing here. You just install VMware Update Manager for VMware machines, A6i hosts, virtual machines, appliances, and then you just update them. So now VUM is so I'm just gonna put that one CLID just for some of the updates there. So it would be so first of all, we cannot install VUM on a domain controller. So we have 4 machines, right? So that's the first thing we cannot install. So way back when I was just testing the software for fun, and I was installing it on domain controller, I just said, okay, well, let's install Update Manager, and I had no idea that it moves on domain controller. So I took a significant, I wasted a lot of time, and I should have just read the documentation. that it does not install on Remediation. So that's the first thing. We're not going to install it on server 1, obviously. Then second thing is disable lockdown mode before you start deploying updates. Now there's another terminology I'm using. So first of all, lockdown mode we have. So anyone knows which type of lockdown mode we have on configured here? Which type of lockdown mode is configured in our environment? Which type of lockdown mode is configured in our environment? Anyone knows that? Which type of, oh, okay. So Anamika is saying normal lockdown mode. What is the other type of mode we have? Other than normal, what is the name of the other type of lockdown mode we have? Strict. Okay, Anamika says strict. Very good. So there's a normal lockdown mode and there's a strict lockdown mode. Excuse me. So we have a lockdown mode, and the purpose of lockdown mode is just security. If we go for a diagram here, and I'll try to grab a diagram here. So what we wow, I have a frog stuck in my throat. Grab it. So what happens here is that when you add ESXi01 host to the vCenter, you decide at the wizard, so you're adding ESXi to the vCenter as well. So you decide that there will be lockdown mode, normal lockdown mode. And what happens, we talked about that before, I think 2 or 3 times, that you can only connect from vCenter to hypervisor and from the DCUI mode, which is direct console user interface. Directly you can connect, but you cannot connect from a browser and from a Vsphere software. But in strict lockdown mode, you cannot connect even from the direct console user interface. When you're directly connected to ESXi, you cannot log in even then. So our environment is that we have normal lockdown mode here. So when you have deployed VUM, so VMware Update Manager, so it's going to download all the updates from the VMware website, and from there, so definitely wherever you install VUM, that has to be, it's better to have a dedicated machine, but we're going to actually install it on that poor server 2 VUM as well. We need to have internet connection to install first of all VUM, because VUM or VMware Update Manager also have a SQL Express edition that gets installed, and SQL Express needs internet connection, right? So VUM gets installed on any machine that has internet connection. And second thing is it connects or attaches to vCenter. What does that mean? So VUM will connect to a vCenter, so it will be using SSO, single sign-on. What does that mean? Oh, if you want to, we haven't installed VUM yet, right? We haven't installed the VMware Update Manager yet, right? Okay. We haven't installed VMware Update Manager yet. So when we go to, I'm going to take you to the area where we will be seeing the VMware Update Manager or VUM added there. But since we haven't installed it yet, so that place VUM will not be showing. But when we do install VUM properly, so it will ask, hey, do you want to integrate? It's not like an option. You have to integrate VUM with vCenter. So it's going to ask, VUM installation will ask the credentials of the vCenter, the top credentials of the vCenter, administrator at vsphere.local. Why? When you separately install VUM and connect it to vCenter, so after the successful installation, when you log into the vCenter, you will see that VUM is showing inside the vCenter. So this is called single sign-on. You install a separate software, but you get to use it with the same credentials, administrator at vsphere.local, which you're using to connect to vCenter. You will also use the same credentials to log into vCenter. You will use those same credentials to connect to VUM as well. So that is called single sign-on. So we're going to separately install VUM. Then during the wizard, it's going to ask, where's the vCenter? We're going to give the address of vCenter. It's going to connect to the vCenter. and then we're going to try to update our two hosts, ESXi hosts, right? So we're gonna update the two hosts. So whatever new updates are available, this VMware Update Manager now will download those updates. Suppose we have no updates available. Obviously, we just need to learn what is the procedure of updating hypervisors, right? So we just need to know what is the procedure. But whatever updates are there, and what is the process of configuring updates, what is baseline, what is remediation. So we're going to know all these terminologies, right? So we're talking about VMware Update Manager, and we understand the basic purpose of that it just updates the ESXi hosts, the virtual machine, and appliances. So VMware Update Manager. Now, for the prereqs, so if you understand the purpose of it, then the prerequisites and installation requirements, we're going to go for that. Either you have a separate dedicated machine for VUM. For large environment, that's recommended. Or right now, we're going to just go for server 2. We're already overwhelmed with 4 virtual machines here. So we cannot just add another one, fifth one. So otherwise, our laptops will finally run out themselves from the windows. Nearest window, they will just jump, right? Okay. So what we need to do to install VMware Update Manager. So I was just going for this. So upgrade and patch ESXi hosts, install and update third-party software and hosts, upgrade virtual machine hardware, VMware tools, and virtual appliances. So it updates all that, right? And so I'm just going for critical points that we need to understand. Normally we're just going to start installation, and during that you will see a lot of terminology coming there, and we will discuss at that time mostly. So Update Manager requires network connectivity with VMware vCenter. That's what I explained already. So pretty much it's not a very complicated thing to understand or feature to understand. It's very straightforward. Again, it's just saying that it's not going to work if we don't disable lockdown. So lockdown mode has to be disabled on the hypervisor level in order for one to communicate. So I was going to explain that too. So if you're going to send updates from here, from the VUM, which is going to be installed in vCenter, from here to the two ESXi hosts. So in that case, you have to disable lockdown mode. So you have to go to each hypervisor and disable lockdown mode temporarily, and then it will be able to deploy updates. And then once you have suppose the updates requires a restart, so it will restart. This means that any virtual machines running on top of the two hosts, those virtual machines have to be either migrated or shut down. Suppose you have only two and we have only two, then in that case, and if they're not critical, so you will ask for a downtime during the weekend, and maybe on Saturday night you can just start those updates. In order to update these, then you have to go for in order to start these updates, then you have to remediate, and you have to put these hypervisors in what mode? Maintenance mode. So in order to deploy updates to ESXi hosts, we need to put them to maintenance mode. So in Windows, those who have experience in Windows operating system, maybe some of you may have restarted the Windows into safe mode, right? So when you restart Windows, you press F8 key on the keyboard, and it goes to the safe mode. So in safe mode normally, oh, okay. So there's a question here. First I was saying that safe mode is in Windows where all the drivers are not installed, and so that's the maintenance mode here. You cannot run any virtual machines once they are in the maintenance mode, and you can then do the maintenance on them, right? So there's a question from Shiva that why can't we install on DC? And domain controller has some internal security features that prevent the VUM communication properly. So that's why. And you cannot, if you remove those security features in the group policies, you would see some security features there, Kerberos related features that would not let VUM really work. So if you disable those features, domain controller is then not secure, and if you enable them, then VUM cannot communicate. So it's the security features of domain controller. Domain controller is supposed to be secure. It's offering AAA, right? Authentication, authorization, accounting. MD Asanul, turn off your mic. But how come I'm not hearing anything? Oh, okay, sound is not full in my case. Okay, guys, so here, welcome. And let's go for our configuration. So we're gonna just start the VUM process now, but we understand that we have to first download these updates. So first off, we have to install VUM. Then we're gonna download the updates. Then we're going to disable the lockdown modes on ESXi 1 and 2. Then we're going to attach VUM from vCenter to both hypervisors, and then finally we're going to deploy, put them to the maintenance mode and deploy all the updates. So that is the process where I would ask or I would wish good luck to you and me as well. Sometimes well, this is a live environment, anything could happen, right? So but the main thing is that try to understand in this class, if something happens to your lab, just try to understand and repeat it after the video is released. But try to if you understand once, then repeat the lab, and obviously you must repeat for the job purposes. Okay, so let's get going with our VMware Update Manager, knowing what it does, and some prerequisites there already. So I'm just gonna put that screen there. First of all, VUM on vCenter, enable internet connection. So let's go for these prerequisites. Let's enable the internet connection on server 2. So if we go to the diagram here, I'll just put that enable internet connection on server 2. Some of you may have it already. So enable internet on server 2, right? On the vCenter server or server 2. And I'm gonna mention this temporarily, right? So enable internet on server 2 temporarily. Okay, so Japinder is saying we had increased the RAMs last time. Is that fine? Yeah, if it's still working, Japinder, so it's okay. Like if there are no freezing or nothing bad happening, so you can keep that configuration. But thanks for reminding that that yes, we did increase the RAM last time for fault tolerance, and if your machines are working fine, yeah, we're good. It's in fact, that's a very good thing that you've reminded. I think we all put our RAM for vCenter as 6 GB. There is freezing, so I disabled FT. Yeah, which is okay. FT we don't need now. Yeah. So there was freezing going. Okay, so there was after effects of that. So guys, we can put the RAM back for FT. We needed that, yeah, but now we don't. Oh, okay. Guys, turn off your mic. Well, I'll just click mute all. Okay, guys. So that's a good idea, Japinder. You have reminded about RAM. So I think our RAM is 6 GB here, and yeah, 6 GB, right? I think we have 6 GB. Okay, let me just check. Why am I saying I think? Okay, so server 2 here. Right click, settings. Guys, check your RAM. because if it's freezing, and also we don't need FT here. So yeah, it's vCenter 6 GB. Now you know what will happen. We need to actually restart after installing that VUM, and that's gonna take some time. If it's 6 GB, it's gonna take a lot of time. So yeah, it's 6 GB for all hypervisors. So it's a good idea to shut down E6i1 and E6i2 and put the RAM back to 44 GB, and server 2 I think so guys, so what was the RAM before? Was it still 6 GB, or we had this RAM? What was the RAM before the FT? Anyone remembers? It was 6 GB, right? Okay, Baba Today says Tosin's RAM was 8, but Baba Today's RAM was 6 GB before. No, before FT. Um, so it. Oh, so Tosin says 8. 8 now. Okay. Imane says 6. So it was 6. So guys, if it was 6, we only increased the RAM last time for the two hypervisors. This means, right? So it is 6 here, but let's make it 4 GB for the two hypervisors and 4 GB for the two hypervisors. So if the RAM of vCenter was always 8 or 6 GB, so keep it at that. And we can just decrease the RAM of the two hypervisors because it's really having 2644. Okay, there you go. So thank you for sharing that. So it was 2644 the RAM. So let's keep it. Right now it is 2666. So let's go back to 2644 again, right? She was also saying the same thing. And Marie says I could not perform due to my computer freezes. Okay. Yeah, I understand, Marie. But please, if we need to survive in the field of IT, we need to upgrade to 16 GB minimum. Normally I say 32 GB or 24 GB, but 16 GB is a must. Even for AWS course, there's one lab about storage gateway. It's the virtual machine that you download for storage gateway in AWS. Its requirement is 16 GB itself, just the virtual machine itself. So whatever we need to test, we need to have good RAM. Okay. vCenter was 6 before, but now it is 6. Okay, so Imane says, but now it is 8 now. Oh, you're saying. So guys, let's put it to 2644. Just put it back to 264. If it is already 6, we say server 2, you don't need to shut down. If it is 8 and you're working fine, you're okay. It's just that if you are seeing the freezing, so just so we will just shut down E6i1. We're gonna shut down E6i2 and change its RAM from 6 GB to 4 GB. Leave the server 2 vCenter running and change the RAM of E6i1, E6i2 to 4 GB now. So I'm just going to do that now. So shut down both E6i hosts and change RAM back to 4 GB each. Okay, let's do it. So I'm just going to go back here, and within the vCenter, we can also send the shutdown command here. So if we go to the vCenter, we go to E6i01 here, or you can just go directly here, right? You can go directly here, right-click power, and shutdown guest. Don't go for power off guest. Go for shutdown guest on VMware workstation level, right? Shutdown guest on VMware workstation level. So I'm just gonna click that E6i01, right click, shutdown guest. Or from server 2 also, you can just send the shutdown from summary. Okay, not from summary configure. Power management, and then there is system swap. Well, I already shut down from there, but I was I never shut down. I just go for easy one, and I didn't shut down from here, so I was just looking. This is a very simple option that I'm looking for right now. Seriously? Okay. Getting started. Summary. Oh, action. Sorry. Actions. Which is the same thing. Seriously, power. And there's a power, and there was a reboot here, right? We could have gone for just reboot. So right click, power, reboot. Or it is already shut down, both. So if it is shut down, E6i1 is shut down, I'm just gonna go back to memory here, and I'll click it, and then we can just go down to 4. Just click on top of the 4 GB here, this one. Just click on top of the 4 GB here, press OK. And so we need screenshots here. So E6i1 showing 4 GB RAM, take a screenshot of this. And then E6i2 RAM 4 GB, take a screenshot of this, right? So I'm just gonna decrease it to 4 GB. So for VUM, the name of the screenshots is for VUM RAM decreased to 4 GB on E6i1, and for VUM RAM decreased to 4 GB on E6i2. Okay, then ideally you can right click on the machine whenever it starts fully. You can right click on it and just show the RAM. Those who have started already, which is okay. So you can take a screenshot here, or if it is started, the hypervisors, you can just take a screenshot of each. In fact, I've just started as well. And whenever it reaches that DC UI, so just take a screenshot of. I'm just gonna put that name now, and the name is screenshot uno. Screenshot uno is for VUM RAM decrease. It's technically it's not for, in the production environment you don't have to decrease or increase the RAM for VUM. It's just for our own environment that it's freezing. So for VUM still, but so just understand that it's not a technical requirement of VUM. It's just that for VUM RAM decrease to 4 GB on E6i01. So, and then the second screenshot is for VUM screenshot 2, and that is E6i2. So that's the names of the two screenshots. So I'll just put the names of screenshots in the chat as well. So those who are still joining or still, so screenshot 1 and 2 names are in the chat as well now. Okay, and so it's excuse me. Now let's go ahead and try to once the machines are started, then go for the next thing, and that would be giving internet access to server 2, so we could start the installation of VUM or VMware Update Manager on server 2. So the first thing is E6i1 is starting, E6i2 is loading, and for VUM, the screenshot names are in the chat. If you have taken the screenshots already, you don't really have to wait for the two hypervisors to fully come up, although they have come up by now. So let's go back to server 2. The second thing we need to do in server 2 after changing the RAM on E6i1, E6i2 is go to server 2 and make sure that you have the second network card that has internet connection. So I'm just going to right click on server 2 here. Let's go to server 2, guys, and go to settings. So we need to change the internet connection. We need to have internet connection temporarily here, right? So let's go to server 2, go to settings, and on server 2 I see only one network card, so I'm just going to add a second network card to temporarily give internet connection to server 2. So I'm just going to click add here, and there is that network adapter. Hopefully we all know that how to do this. So server 2 and add second network adapter, and I'm just going to click finish here. If you see NAT, it's okay. It's on NAT for me anyway. By default it is on NAT. That's good enough for us, and press OK. So sometimes it happens that the internet doesn't come on the NAT network card. So just connect it to bridge in that case only. Otherwise, NAT always gives internet connection successfully. But for very few lucky ones, if they don't get internet connection, so you can click it to bridge, and it just connects to internet that way as well. So I'm keeping it on NAT and press OK. Now just make sure that you get the internet connection first. Just go to the website. If you see Trump, that means we have internet connection. So that's it. And then we go ahead. So I already have that browser open. I'm just gonna go for the second tab here and go for CNN. In fact, I should go for AWS site or Azure site or VMware site, VMware over AWS site, right? So they're reopening, and hopefully everything is safe and sound. So I'm just gonna close that. I got internet connection. That's confirmed, right? Oh, you can see Trump. Okay, there you go. Internet is there. Suppose we have copied the picture manually of Trump in our machine for some reason. So in that case, that doesn't mean internet is there, right? Only in that case. But otherwise, if you see Trump on the internet, then this means there's internet, because always Trump is in the news. Okay, so here, now if we have given the internet connection, the next step. So if we go back to the diagram, so where is VUM now? So VUM needed the internet, we gave it. So where is it? So we need to connect the ISO of the Windows-based vCenter to the virtual DVD of server 2. The VUM is inside the ISO of Windows-based vCenter, right? So I guess the vCenter is already attached. The Windows-based vCenter ISO is already attached here, right? So let's check if that DVD is there. If it is already, the ISO is attached to the DVD, then we can start the installation of VUM now. So I'm just going to go to the File Explorer or the yellow folder of Server 2 and go to this PC. And well, I can see that icon, and that icon is for VMware, right? Okay, so could you see show the nodes for a short time? Rem says, could you please show the nodes for a short time? You can take a picture of this. Check. Okay, picture taken. Cool. Right? These nodes, right? You're talking about these nodes? Okay, so you can take a screenshot of this, and then you can follow up as well. And also, the other thing is this one. So take a screenshot of this, and you can just check what's going on. Right, Mariam? You good? So take a screenshot of this one as well, Mariam, and then the two screens. Okay. So Tom Hanks, yeah, Tom Hanks is a. You said Hanks, right? So the full name of that actor is Tom Hanks. Okay, so let's go ahead. And I'm just kidding. So you're welcome. So here, just double click that, guys. Once you double click that, so press yes. So we're in the DVD, and you can see this screen. So if you see this screen here, you can see the Vsphere update manager. And if you click the Vsphere update manager here, okay, let me make it full screen. And so just double click that CD and you should see, but be careful here. It says, if you click that server here with Vsphere update manager, so you can see this .NET framework option. Now that's a real pain here, right? So this install Microsoft .NET Framework 4.7. So because we have internet connection, so it's gonna install as well. And if you're on this screen, then there's another one here. Use Microsoft SQL Server 2012 Express as the embedded database. This option is recommended for small scale deployments, and we are actually very small scale. They're saying maximum of 5 hosts and 50 VMs, right? So so that's why, because we are small scale, actually we are tiny scale, not even small scale. So how to get to the screen? Alexei is saying how to get to the screen. So Alexei, see this? on server 2, you need to go to the yellow folder or the file explorer, and then click this PC. And do you see the DVD here on server 2? Just double click that DVD, because the vCenter ISO for vCenter for Windows is already there. How to get to this screen? You don't see that? Oh, then you have to attach. Okay, I didn't go for attaching that. So let me just show you about attaching as well. So let's so I'm gonna right click on server 2 and then go to settings, Alexei, and then go to the DVD, CD DVD here, and then go to browse. So you need to have this software, VMware VIM all 6.5.0. This is the ISO with which we installed the vCenter for Windows, right? So let's just click browse and go there. So this is the VIM all 6.5. That's what you need, what we installed on vCenter. So double click that and then come back and you will see that, and double click that DVD as well. So hopefully you got it, and I'll cancel out from here. So it's ISO VIM all 6.5 VMware, and I'm just going to cancel out from here as well. And we need second network card as NAT, so I'm going to cancel out from here. We need second network card as NAT, or we need internet connection on this machine. So here we have double clicked, and this screen is here, right? So guys, take a screenshot here for on this screen where you have selected the use Microsoft SQL Server 2012 Express Edition. Take a screenshot here, and you can take a selfie here as well if you want, but screenshot is better. So just select this, use Microsoft SQL Server, and install Microsoft .NET Framework 4.7 as well. So the screenshot is start screen of VUM, so or installation screen of VUM, installation screen of VUM. So take a screenshot number 3, installation screen of VUM. So screenshot 3, installation screen of VUM. So I'll just put that 3 screenshot names here in chat as well. Okay, so Tajinder says my internet is still not working. Tried both NAT and bridged. Oh, okay, that's a unique one. Do you, Tajinder? Yeah, I was gonna say that. Do you have internet on laptop? If you didn't, how could you connect to this one? Definitely. So now, Tajinder, you can also check. Tajinder, also internet comes after some time. It doesn't come right away. But you can also see in the second network card, first of all, did you put a static IP for the second network card? Suppose you did put a static IP before and then you disabled it or removed it, and then it's, so one thing is check that static IP is there. Second thing is for the second network card. Second thing is you can right click settings and go to NAT, and then make sure that these two are checked. If anyone is unchecked, then it won't come, right? So these both are checked. You oh, okay, everybody is saying you only got upgrade for, both are checked. And if internet is not coming, then it the third thing is that it could be so slow at your site that it's not coming inside. That was that happened to very few students, that the internet was slow, that it was not appearing at all. Can you ping 8888 from within the server 2? Open command prompt and check. So not a lot of options here why internet is not coming, but and yeah, go ahead and add a third network card. If the second network card is still there, add a third network card as well. Go ahead and put it on NAT. Make sure 2 are connected here, and then press OK and wait for some time. Give it a 30-40 seconds. Yeah, add a new network card. Okay, so Networks is connected, but it just doesn't open any website. Oh, okay. So internet is slow, or it has really slowed down while coming here. So Tajinder, just open command prompt and ping space 8.8.8.8. Okay. So how did I get to this screen? I think Gabriel, you're asking this. So you have to just make sure that DVD of ISO of VIM Windows-based vCenter is there. Oh, you don't have .NET Framework option. Uh-huh. Then, and Adibale says that there is only upgrade option here. So that's I think you have a different vCenter version than or maybe you connected not the Windows based vCenter. So you can just put those screenshots there in WhatsApp to know. So .NET Framework is not there. Maybe your version is different from my vCenter version. Hopefully you're using the one that I'm using. Yeah, Japinder is saying, okay, the .NET Framework must already be installed. Okay, yeah, I didn't think that before. Maybe it's already installed, that's why it's saying that. So that's a good thing. You should be happy. Celebration, right? Yeah. Okay, Adibal is saying, please let me see the CD content again. And settings. I think you connected the wrong CD DVD, I guess. So browse. So hopefully you did not connect the. Well, that's the only VIM I gave everyone, I guess. So VIM all 6.50. Is it the same version?
So I've been on the hard drive of server 2. I want to see the content of the.
This one?
Oh, this is what is inside the DVD?
Yeah, this is inside the DVD. The content of the DVD of the vCenter for Windows. It has.
Oh,
If you just
I'm
double
doing
click.
the wrong thing then.
Okay.
Okay.
And so Kushal says sterilize samosa. No, sterilize I added, but samosa. Okay, guys. So are we all on the screen? You just have to connect the VIM for Windows and take a screenshot. Third screenshot name is already in the chat, and well, it's way up in the chat actually now. Oh, installation screen of VUM, and obviously installation screen of VUM. That's the third screenshot of this screen. If you see that, please select that. Use Microsoft SQL 2012 Express. Select that Microsoft SQL. Make sure that you did not leave it unchecked. Just check it, and then click install. Let's go ahead and install. So if I click install, I'm gonna. I guess it's no. I think I may not be moving away from the screen. But guys, for some, it's gonna ask for a restart if it has deployed the Microsoft .NET Framework 4.7. And also one more thing, guys. If you're really falling behind, then let us also just finish that lab, because if that lab is not finished today, then nobody gets anything, right? So you can follow up with this video anytime. It's going to be recorded, but if we are stopped, so try to troubleshoot, try to ask. Sure, I'm here to help, but we have to move on as well in order to cover this lab, right? So once you have recording there, you can just repeat it anytime you want. So I have read and accept the license terms for the .NET framework it is asking, and let's click install here. So .NET framework here, installing for moi. Moi in French means me. So congratulations for those who passed the AWS exam. And from those I mean Kim. Oh, well, and those others who are still preparing, please give it your best shot to AWS plus AZ103 Azure exam. You must give the Azure exam. There are so many jobs for Azure. Okay, so it's installing .NET Framework. If it asks for a restart, then oh, okay. Okay, Tosin is advanced. Tosin is way ahead of us. We are all in tricycles, and Tosin is in spaceship, right? And he's just flying by. So that's very good, Tosin. And we're all in tricycles. Wait for us. Oh, still extracting files. I think I'm on the same one here. Oh, okay. Extracting files stage is gone already. Installation complete. Babatunde is also shifted from, the tricycle to the spaceship. Another. So that's very good. Installation complete. Installation of .NET complete, right? So guys, try to do it. Do the rest of the configuration with me. Oh, okay. .NET framework is complete. Okay, that's good. So Tajinder says, do you want setup to choose your program? Server manager. Tajinder, wait for us. Yeah, if it's Kim, if it is asking for restart, then restart. Yeah, .NET framework is. Oh, okay. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Okay, so yeah, Tajinder, it's good. So Tajinder's diagram or screen is this. Setup has to update files. Yeah, sure. Press yes. Okay. Okay. So it is asking for restart now or later. So those it is asking restart for, go ahead and restart, guys. You've chosen to go ahead of me, and you've hurt my feelings collectively now. So it's okay. Okay. Yeah. If it asks for restart, go ahead and restart. It's gonna take time. So those who are there already, go ahead. Click restart. Samosa break. What? Man. And you're saying samosa so much that I have to go for samosa Taj Mahal sweets in Scarborough. But I'll call them first that, hey, did you sterilize all the samosas? Did you spray them perfectly? Did you put sanitizer material inside? I'm just kidding. Okay, so okay, then there is she was saying and showing the screen here, and that screen looks like this. Stop running this script. It might become unresponsive. Yeah, press yes. Sometimes I press no, it was okay. Sometimes I press yes, it's okay. So press yes, go ahead. So this is the screen showing for Shiva. I'm just gonna put it back. MDS Arnold is reconnecting. So wow, it is. I think there is something in the background that is waiting for my. Oh, it is taking that much time. Okay, serious. Guys, if it is taking too much time, then just check. Maybe there's a small message waiting for to be pressed. Okay, so what IP to put? Whoa, Jupinder, you're flying. Woo. Where is that screen? Oh, you're in this screen. Okay, guys. Here, if you're better wait for me. But if you think, because this is the make or break stage, what we're going to do, if you're on this stage, it is asking where's the vCenter. So IP of vCenter, server 2 is the server 2's IP is the IP of the vCenter. So 192.168.200.2, right? And port 80 is okay, and the username password you already know, administrator@vsphere.local, and password. Now, suggestion would be to wait for me or at this screen, but if anything is wrong and you went ahead and then you have big issues, then sit back, enjoy the show while we keep going with the lab. But yes, it's kind of straightforward. Just put the server 2 IP and the username password of vCenter. That's all. If you'll see this screen, right? Okay, then there is. Wow, I'm the behind desk right now. Behind desk. That's another new word I came up with. Then there are some screenshots here, and that is for Mariam. Okay. Yeah, so Baba Tunde is asking, press yes or no. Press yes, Baba Tunde. So Mariam is on. Yeah, Mariam, actually you joined late, so you're supposed to bring virtual samosas for us as well. Yes, this is okay, Mariam. So just click install. Just click install here. And who else? So okay, all the screenshots are answered. Yeah, we're good. And Mariam, should we enable the .NET before going to run the CD DVD? No, Mariam, we don't have to. So it's gonna install .NET anyway. Oh, so for Tosin, it was not showing before. Now it is installing .NET. Zoinks. Zoinks was in Scooby-Dooby-Doo, right? What is wrong with my .NET? Seriously? Was there something that... Minimize and minimize. Is there some small yes or no that is waiting for me? Nope. Installation is in progress. Maybe it shoots up after that. Oh yeah, I was saying that for I don't know who. Your internet is so slow, and now my internet is slow. Yeah, my kids are connected. They're playing games and then Netflix and okay, taking too long. Yeah, taking too long. Yeah, exactly. Anyone? It took too long and then it shoot up right away, or did it show you steady progress there? Oh, okay. Not able to install .NET? What? No, so did you install yourself? Because you can just enable. Mariam, did you enable internet connection first? You have to enable internet connection first, and then it's gonna install .NET from internet. Now, internet has to be a bit fast as well. It is fast. Just go for speedtest.net, and you have to. Oh, just kidding. So, if it fails, obviously you can restart the installation with internet. Yeah. What do we have to do after restart? So the screen should come up itself, whether to it will continue from where it left after restart, and try to wait for me there. Otherwise, show the screen and I'll tell you what to do. No progress bar. Just hope it's actually installing. No progress bar. So yeah, guys, if you have any doubts, you can just put up the screenshot and I'll tell you what to do. Anyway, this is some embedded platform service installer is uninstalling on mine. Oh, Adibale, wait, what are you doing? Adibale. Oh, no, this option.
It seems I'm in trouble.
Yeah, big one, not a small one. See, you were supposed to click this one, server, not this one. vCenter.
Oh, wow.
So,
Can I stop it?
if it's in the middle, oh, Mahir also did that. Woo!
It's almost done.
Well, you have to now carry on the well, I'm not sure which stage are you at, but if it is in the process of uninstalling and the progress bar is moving, don't stop that and just reinstall vCenter again. So, well, guys, I wish everyone had been seeing the screen. I was showing everything here. and some were joining afterwards. But from these mistakes we do learn. In first class of my VMware when I was taking, I did much bigger mistakes. Yeah, this is a very big, but I did also big mistakes. So anyway, about 80% now. Go ahead, keep going, keep let it go. Anyway, it's too late now, I guess, because if you cancel now, you won't be able to properly reinstall as well. Tajinder, if you're seeing this screen, press yes. After restart, nothing has come up yet. How long is that yet, Amade? Everybody says, should I still click the server? Who's saying that? Everybody, should I still click the server now? Everybody, you have to first install the vCenter first. Can you share the screen with me? What is being uninstalled? So, oh, Imane, 6 minutes. Ouch. Yeah. So, Imane, you can go to the DVD again here and double click that again. Normally it continues automatically, but 6 minutes is kind of a lot. But our machines are that slow as well. So if it doesn't open itself, then just double click that and just click the server again and click the install. But whatever is installed, it's going to detect that, right? Whatever is installed, it's going to detect that. But normally it pops up itself. Okay, so there's Shalender has put a screen. Shalender, if you can wait for me here, that's better. But let me tell you, if you want to go. Wow. Okay, that's it. You're good, guys. Anyone else on the screen? This is the configuration you need to put. The IP of your server 2, port 80. Keep it like that. Administrator vsphere.local and the password of the vCenter. So if you're on, those who are on this stage, you can just put exactly like this configuration and click next, right? Okay, and what is the next screenshot? Japinder is showing, yeah, Japinder is showing the next screenshot, so you're welcome. And so the next screenshot, the previous screenshot was Shalender showing, now Japinder is showing the next screenshot. This is the next screenshot. It is leave it as is, and you don't have to select this I have a proxy server, because we don't have a proxy server. Normally in companies they have a proxy software there, but we don't have. So no change on this screen. If anyone is on this screen, no change, click next. No change on the screen, click next. So I'm showing you those who are ahead of me. Yeah, so you can just, okay, then there's a screen shown by Tosin. And what is this? So here, installing .NET Framework 3.5 SP1. So Tosin, it takes from because it's installing from internet, it's if it doesn't show any specific error, and try to put, drag your this Windows on the right side and left side, and try to check if there is a small yes or no button there. If it's not, then yeah, it's kind of, you have to wait until some error comes. It's just installing from internet, which is a very slow option to choose. So Tosin saying there's a progress now. Okay, yeah, we have to wait it out. And then, wow, that's a lot of screenshots. It's raining screenshots now. So where's my screen? Where's my progress? Wow, are you kidding me? This is a slow est. Okay, so I'll tend to the screenshots then. Shiva is on the screen. Let me just show Shiva's screen here. So there, the screen is showing like this, which is okay. That's the next screen. Vmware Vsphere Update Manager, Shiva. So it's okay. Keep this download updates from default clicked. You must check this option, download updates from default sources immediately, and click next. So it's okay. I mean, you have to check it or keep it checked if it was already checked. Okay, who else? And Yeah, Japinder, click next. It's okay. Your screen is showing. I'll just put the Japinder screen. If anyone else is on this screen, so it's just asking where to install. It's okay. It will be installed in C drive, right? It will be installed on C drive, which is okay. Next, finish. So pretty much, it's gonna check the SQL server. I think the SQL server screenshot will come here as well. So okay, so Babatunde has sent a screenshot that you have to see in a very unique way. So guys, tilt your head on the right side right now, everyone. Please tilt your head. It's a very good exercise right now. So I'm also tilting my head now to the right side, and it's actually aching me now. So free space on the selected drive is less than 120 GB. Use the Vsphere update manager. Sizing is estimate to so Babatunde, if you're pressing OK, does it let you go ahead? Like if it lets you go ahead, just go ahead. Okay, so yeah, I was talking to my kid as well. So the home disruptions, and then Mariam, just click next on without checking anything. Mariam, click next. No change, Mariam. Just click next. And Imane, you're good. Yeah, just click next. VUM is installed. Where can we see it? Whoa, Jupinder is like on spaceship now. Okay, so while guys, this is not good for me. This is really bad. Do I have any window open anywhere? This is the latest. So I'll check my website here. So AWS. Yeah, everything's okay. It's kind of slow, but it's kind of working. So I'm really stuck, and I don't want to disturb this .NET framework. So so Japinder, VMware is installed. Where can I see it? So you have to log out and log in from vCenter, Japinder. You have to log out and log in from vCenter to install it. So I did not get any configuration screens just after. So Olex is saying I did not get any configuration screens just after restart login to vCenter. It does not ask me anything. Is it okay? Yeah, it doesn't ask anything. So guys, just sign out. Olex, just sign out and sign it from vCenter after all the instruction is done. Jupiter says VUM is installed. Where can I see it? So sign out, sign in, and then where can you see that? So guys, those who are there and I'm still not there. So once you sign out, sign in, go to the home button here. See this home button? Let me just show you. And in the home button, you should be seeing VUM in this area, in the monitoring area. So administration plugin. So in this area, the last one would be either under administration, it will be, or inventory at the last here, or the last here, or the last here. But that is where home. So you go ahead here, Japinder, maybe you're seeing that. So click the home button here once you're like signed in to the vCenter again, and then just check here if the VUM is there, or VUM is here, or VUM is here, right? So there's progress now. Next, let all just wait for you. Yeah, better wait, guys. But this is too scary actually. Maybe I have to restart, but that could be another dream, a nightmare. That. whoa. Okay. No voice? Yikes. Guys, maybe I'll just cancel this. Maybe it's in the background installed, but this never happened to me before. But many of you have installed it already. Hey, how about if I could remotely connect to somebody else's machine and yeah, get a new laptop? That's a good one. So, so I could remotely connect through TeamViewer to somebody else's machine, and I'll show from there how to configure, because we can still carry on with the overall lab and get the recording done, right? But what else can I do? I don't want to cancel that, but this is too long. So okay, here goes nothing. Okay, close, cancel. Are you sure you want to cancel? Yeah, I'm gonna cancel that, and I'll just initiate the installation again. So another screenshot came here, guys, and that screenshot is showing what? Update manager, this one, yay! So exactly, the update manager looks like Z's update manager, right? And that is in the home, and this is the update manager. So this is what we were installing all this time. And yeah, I'm also using very less. Actually, I have 32 GB RAM, but I'm using the resources that majority of us have. Oh, seriously, it says rolling back progress. Yeah, great. Better to cancel. Well, it's taking half an hour. What else I do? So guys, now I really need to show you the lab, so I cannot work on 6 GB, but I'm gonna be as patient as I can, but I need to show the lab, right? So now I don't know when it's gonna roll back the progress, because I think it's gonna take the same time. If it's I'm just gonna shut down. I'm gonna increase the RAM to 24 GB now and show you the whole thing, because that's too late. So I'll just go for shutdown guest. Well, software do that, right? It's not we don't control software, right? I wish I could have a magic stick to control the software. It can happen to anyone, right? So okay, I'm shutting down this vCenter. So 442 10 GB. I still have 13 GB extra. Well, I'll just go for 16 GB for vCenter, then I'll start installation again. Okay, so I don't need the vCenter service to start in the background, because I'm not using vCenter. So as soon as I log in here in server 2, I'll just start the installation of this again, because I need to explain a lot. So I don't get update manager. So Alexei says he did not get the update manager. Let me just show you guys, because you can repeat the lab again if I am able to do that first. I'll just try again, start again. So what are you expected to see on the home page, Tosin? Is what she was showing in the screenshot, and I think Shalender is also showing the same thing. So this is the screenshot, guys. What are we expected to see is this. We're expected to see update manager showing here, right? This is what we're supposed to see. Okay, I just showed that again. I showed that just a few minutes ago. Okay, guys, so I'll just start again, and hopefully it is a bit faster for me, so I could show everything that is going on. So I actually waited for 25 minutes for this to install, .NET Framework. That was not good. So it happens to anyone's machine at any time. I'll just try one once again here. If it's showing some regular speed, otherwise I have to connect to somebody else's machine here. Okay, so then there is another screenshot here. The vCenter server added is not reachable. Check your IP of the vCenter server 2, and second thing, the username password. It's the username password. Check the spellings there for username password. Administrator at vsphere.local, right? Okay, so it's not showing me .NET Framework, guys. Well, I didn't click the right screen. Now it's showing me .NET Framework, guys. So install. I'll just go quick now. Seriously. Disable internet connection and enable connection to server 2. Okay, so Kim is saying disable internet connection and enable connection to server 2. I think Imane, you can do that. So if you don't have .NET Framework, then select SQL and then simply click install. Okay, it's extracting now. It wasn't showing me that before. Well, it was actually. Please install. Okay, .NET Framework again. And I have read agreement, install. Okay, it went for file security verification and installation progress. That's where I was stuck. So it hopefully it's not stuck here again. What? Wow. Menu first, I have already installed it. Oh, now it's showing progress. Okay, so the shutdown did work. And also that I am recording this, so the software, I have a lot of software in the background opened that is also making the laptop slow. Come on, move it. Okay, while it is going on, guys, we need to just understand some of the terminology there. And I'll just keep checking my progress. Now, many of you have already gone through this. So whenever I'm on the next stage, I'll just try to explain what's going on. And so I can make the window a little smaller so I can keep an eye on the installation as well as, whoa, okay, as well as, that's it. So as well as explain some of the drawings here as well. So what's going on and what's the terminology that we're going to use in Update Manager. So Update Manager is a separate software, and it connects through SSO to vCenter. We talked about that already. Now the second thing is that once the Update Manager is installed in vCenter, then you have to go inside update manager, there is a baseline that gets created, right? So there's a thing. So once we go inside the update manager, there's a baseline. So what is a baseline? Baseline is the software, it's the updates, right? It's the level of updates, right? So baseline, we decide what updates, VMware updates need to be installed, right? So we decide what VMware updates need to be installed, and when we select those updates, okay, update from April and update from March and update from February, we're gonna install all those updates, right? So you select some updates there, and then you first compare the current update level of the hosts. These are the updates that we will be deciding for the E6i host. We're going to be updating our hypervisors. So first you create a baseline. Baseline means you select what updates you're about to install on the E6i host. Then second thing, you run a scan on the current status, update status of host before you deploy updates from baseline. You run a scan on the E6i. Obviously, if you haven't deployed the latest updates, so it will show you that it has older updates. One more thing, it will show you the compliancy. So it will show you either the hosts are compliant or not compliant, or not compliant, right? So what does that mean? The hosts are compliant if the current updates of the hypervisors are exactly like what you've selected in the baseline. So baseline is just a collection of updates, right? If the updates of the hypervisors are exactly the same as the updates in the baseline, then it means it will show you a report of compliance. So the host number 1 is compliant or host number 2 is compliant. So if the updates are of the hosts are not exactly on the level of the baseline, then it will say not compliant, right? So we're going to check that compliancy and non-compliancy of that software. I'll just check that if there is no other window open right now that is keeping this. Wow, seriously, I don't know what's stuck inside. Sometimes if we throw our laptop through to the wall and it starts working, sometimes it happens. So please, on my behalf, anyone of you can try and let me know if it worked. So no, I'm not going to try that, but I'm just suggesting that if anyone else can try and let me know. I just heard that, right? Okay, just kidding. So let's go for there you go. Whew. I think I should have just said that earlier, so it just got so scared it just completed, right? So .NET Framework 4.7 has been installed. Check for more recent versions. Finish. Oh yeah, now you need a restart. Seriously? Okay. Alright, so things are moving. So baseline, there is one terminology we're going to use. Second terminology that we're going to use there is, so I'll keep an eye on what's going on here. So second terminology we're going to use is remediation. So remediation just means that you just deploy update. So suppose the boss says, hey, did you remediated E6i1, E6i2? This means that did you deploy the updates, VUM updates on the hypervisors? So when there will be a button called remediate. When you click the button remediate, that means install the VUM updates. So the second terminology will be remediate, which just means that deploy updates, basically. But the terminology we have to understand there. That would be the second terminology here that you're going to see. And I'll just check back applying computer settings. So baseline, collection of updates. Baseline needs to connect. So it's still thinking of coming back. So baseline needs to be created first and then connected. So baseline, two things you do. Create a baseline and then connect to host. So second thing you do for the baseline is connect to host. So create baseline. So I'll just put it that same color. Create baseline and connect to host. That's the two things you do with the baseline. So first we will be creating a baseline. We will do a shopping of hey, this update, that update, this update. No, not this update, but that update. We're going to do the shopping, and then we're going to connect the baseline to the host, right? Now what I'm expecting is that it should just pop up and continue the installation. After restart, normally it's supposed to automatically continue the installation. And so starting, carrying on. Okay. Oh, okay, back. It's loading everything. So guys, how many are seeing update manager there in that home button, home area? How many are seeing? So Babarunde is okay. Japinder, Tajinder, Gabriel. Wow. So 4 out of 28. Yeah. See, it is challenging, definitely. But if you're all seeing the update manager there, that's very good. Oh, she was also saying 5. I logged out and came back. Tosin. And Mariam is seeing. Surrender is also seeing G Poet. Okay. G Po. Okay. I guess it is yes, or me too. Just installing. Mustafa is installing. Okay. Cool. So a lot of us are having update manager there waiting for us. Okay. Okay, so it didn't pop up. So if it didn't pop up, what did you do, guys? So I use HTML and there is no update manager icon while Flash-based has it. Wow, Kim. So thank you for that update. So update manager does not or is not showing in HTML-based, but in Flash-based, the update manager is showing. So thank you for sharing that. Ed is saying, do we need to increase RAM size before installing the manager? So if you have more RAM, yes, go ahead, increase that. Some of us just kept the 6 GB or 8 GB and it worked. And if you need to increase the RAM, yes, you can increase the RAM of server 2 where we're installing that. Well, it's not popping up, so I'll just start it again, I guess. Anyone had to start it again, guys, after restarting? Or did it pop up automatically? Anyone had to start again after restart of the server 2, or did it continuous? Okay, you had to manually start again. For some, automatically. Okay, so Alex sees the update manager. Very good. Well, normally it pops up automatically, but maybe the machines are too slow right now. I'll just check task manager and check what's going on here. Okay, so well, it did not pop up. It should not pop automatically, so I'm just gonna double click. Okay, install again. Cool. Yeah, that would be good. No pop up. Okay, my R says, and just log up and log in. Oh, I restarted. So okay. Oh, okay, you're talking to. So I just double click that CD-ROM again, and now again. Oh man, serious. Some days it's just on strike. Okay. The first one I already pressed yes to, so the second one I just pressed no. Shoot. Okay, we're there again. After reinstall, wow, Web Center server for Windows. So I'm gonna click server. Oh, it kind of says this. That's not good. I know that .NET framework actually installed, so I'm not gonna select that, right? So install just the SQL Server. So there's a screenshot there from Ade, and it's blur, but there's no other choice but to press OK. So just press OK and click next. Ade. It's is it saying that .NET framework is already not installed? If it is saying already not installed, just because you have you don't have internet connection. So put internet connection there on vCenter. I think you don't have internet connection here. Ade. So just press OK and go ahead. But get internet connection first on vCenter. Okay, so I clicked install, but after clicking the use Microsoft SQL Server, it's even more slow now than before. As a desperate measure, I'm just gonna shut down E6i2. Maybe my computer is choking here with CPU and RAM, although it's not showing that. Well, okay, it is. And I should just shut down all the other browsers there. I'll just remove all the browsers, and that also takes RAM. And now it's starting, and I've shut down E6i2 just to free up more RAM, because this is a pure installation on server 2. Wow, this is the first one in this course where I'm like really slowing for me. So I have freed up a lot of RAM back there, and also CPU is a kind of okay. Okay, now finally we're seeing something happening here. Okay. Come on, man. So add a second network adapter and connect it to NAT. Okay, finally it's showing me the SQL Server configuration. Yeah, add a second adapter and connect it to NAT. So guys, you've gone real ahead in this, and I am not even a tricycle. If there is something, maybe I'm just crawling right now. Tricycle was much faster than crawling. Yeah. Yeah, I can just remotely connect to TeamViewer and record it on somebody else's while this is still happening. So anyone who is offering me the team viewer, I can just remotely connect and go ahead from where the. So majority of us are already done. So Munir is saying, please no screenshots today. Hey, we already had 3 screenshots. There's just 7 more. Then what would I mark you for? So IP pay, this will work, don't worry. What is the IP? Oh, okay. Yeah, we already had 3 screenshots. These are the names. Oh man, this never happened to me before. Maybe I complained with Bell and then they are just stopped my connection or slowed down my connection or my. Oh, what's going on? Okay, anyone who wants me to. Yeah. So Alexei is saying, what is the lockdown mode we should have for the host, strict or normal? So it should be normal, Alexei. It should be normal. Hey guys, so it's finally 2012 is going ahead. And now it started this screen. Man, seriously. Well, so it's installing the SQL Server now. Yeah, I was planning to have another lab done. Okay, Japinder says take his team viewer. Yeah, so Japinder, you can give me your team viewer. I'll remotely connect and we can go on from there. Majority of us are already done, right? Okay, so I'll just go for team viewer. Yeah, mine will work. It's just taking forever. You're almost there. Yeah, I'm almost there. What do you say? You want mine to wait and then I show you everything, or shall I remotely connect? Okay, 3 students are saying wait almost 5 minutes, another 5 minutes. It will be done, right? Well, Japinder, many students are saying that I should just do it from my side. I think we need to record the whole process. We haven't recorded the whole process of connecting. Okay, guys, so then this comes English, United States, press OK. But thank you for offering, Japinder. Yeah, we didn't actually record the whole process as well. If you had to repeat that. But yeah, it was straightforward. Okay, so then this pops up here, And next, I accept the license agreement. That's actual VMware Update Manager. Download updates from default sources immediately after installation. Yes, it will download updates. So let's keep it clicked. And next. So then it asks for, hey, where's your vCenter to connect to? So obviously it is on the server 2, the same server. VUM is supposed to be installed on a dedicated host, separate server, but we're installing it on the same. 200.2 is the IP of our current server, and administrator at vsphere.local, and small abc, capital ABC, shift 123, and without shift 123. So we just give the vCenter credentials and the vCenter machine IP. That's all, and port 80. Next, and that's it. So, okay. Then it goes to the next screen where you don't have to select anything else. First, it's trying to connect to the vCenter. Actually, it's on the same machine where the vCenter is. Well, it's trying to connect. And yeah, actually, I don't need internet connection now. Internet connection would so 223 IPv4 address. Are you kidding me? Properties. Oh, that's my Ethernet 1, Ethernet 0, IP 202. Yeah, it's okay. So SQL Server is installed. I don't need internet connection now, so I'm just gonna disable this. Wow, really? Today's not a good day. Wow. So I'm wowing today. I have an urgent call from run to pharmacy. Oh, okay, no problem. No problem. Go ahead. So Imane says for the vCenter is not up. Oh, okay. Oh, you're back. Okay. Oh, now the IP password come here. Guys, did it take that much time to go connect? Oh, there you go. vCenter server is not reachable. So administrator at vsphere.local. Okay. Small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123, without shift 123. Wow, it informs the I cannot connect after a long time. Okay, so vCenter service may not be up. I'll just go and check by going to run services. Suppose you guys have this problem when you're connecting that again. Services.msc you can go to and check if all the vCenter services are up. I'm just gonna go to, I'm inside the services, I'm gonna click the startup and so wherever it starts with VMware, so then it should be running automatic, whatever is automatic and VMware should be running. So I'll go down here quick and VMware actually stops here and all the VMware services are running fine. What about this? It's Google update service. And what about this? Software protection, no need. Remote registry, no need. Okay, so kind of okay. So it does take time here as well. So all the time was consumed by my .NET installation. Then extra stops are also taking time, but this is being, it sometimes happens after restart. Oh, okay. It's not communicating with the full vCenter services. Whoa, I think if it's taking that much time, it normally doesn't take that much time, but this means it's having issues connecting to vCenter. I'll try to make a connection to the vCenter server 2. And oh, okay, so my vCenter actually is not up yet. I'll just go for allow flash reload. Authentication request to vCenter server single sign-on. So even the services are showing up, but they're not really up. Wow. Okay, that's the second blow. Can install VUM in another system separate of vCenter. So Mariam, you cannot. The only other operating system is server 1. If you can install a third operating system, Windows, you can install there the VUM. But if you cannot install third operating system, third Windows, then you cannot install it on server 1 domain controller. So the only server we can install it on server 2. So guys, some of you got this error as well, and I'm just confirming that everything is okay. Administrator at so anyone had to restart on this stage as well? No, you don't have to restart. You didn't have to restart on this stage, right? Well, guys, so I'll be showing you here as well what's going on. And what do you say? I go ahead with Japinder's machine, or I still show here what's going on? Oh, you're having the same issue. Okay, that is also having the same issue. So once we restart, it takes time for all the services to. I'm just gonna change on network. Oh, you're having the same issue. So I hope I disable the correct network card, Ethernet 1, and also Windows Firewall. Although it's in the same area, but I'm just going for firewall here for Windows-based machine and turn off this firewall as well. It's normally for outbound traffic. Like outbound is normally free. It's for inbound traffic normally. So Alexei is saying let's take a 10-minute break. Shalinder is saying 10-minute break, and okay, I'll just try to figure this out, guys. And let's take a 10-minute break. 7:59, so 8:10 we'll meet, and I'll try to check what else can be done here. So Sana is saying 15 minutes and 8:10. Okay, Baba today is saying 15. Okay, let's figure it out. So okay, 8:15, guys. Although try to come early. We haven't done much today. So break here, 8:15 sharp we start, guys, and I'm waiting for that error to pop up again. Seriously. Yeah, there you go. vCenter entered is not reached. So if we can enter vCenter here only, then it would be able to go there as well. Or sometimes. Oh, it's not. I think I have to restart, guys. Okay. Authenticating request to the thing sign on. Cannot connect to the VMware component manager. Web client server logs what it tells. Okay, you know, if I'm in services and if I can restart that service. VMware directory service. I'm going for directory service restart. Oh, directory service will restart pretty much every other service, all the critical services. So I'm just going for. So Mahmood, we're installing Update Manager, and Update Manager it updates all the ESXi hypervisors, and we're in the process of installing that. So we would have installed already. Everyone has installed, but I'm stuck. So I'm just trying to install the Update Manager. Update Manager updates hypervisors and appliances. So all the latest updates, just like Windows has updates, Update Manager also has updates. So we're installing Update Manager here. So, oh, where to start? Mahmood, you're too late for that, man. We went through a lot of steps. So, I think I should sit back, enjoy the show now. That's a couple of million steps here. Yeah, you can try to go for vCenter, but it's a lot of steps. But still, I'm really stuck here. Oh, I need to. So, guys, give me 5 minutes. Resuming now, and well, yeah, it's just giving. Oh, it's okay now. Seriously, I was gonna ask, hey Japinder, just give me your ID. Alright guys, so it went ahead, and at least it's recorded, and whenever you get over your errors when you're troubleshooting, you can just follow this video. But it's now working. It's just a matter of time. I didn't do anything much. Next, and then it's going for C drive here, and yes, we're gonna install it on C drive. Nothing much here, and then just install. So it's just installing now. So it was a matter of time before it would detect after restart. So this also means that the time the services fully are restarted and its dependencies of these services, other services are dependent on these services when they're fully started. So pretty much 10 to 15 minutes what it takes for the vCenter services to start. Then it will let the update manager connect to your vCenter services. So, and there it is. It's pretty much done. Whoa, it is done. Okay. So the vCenter, the rest of the installation was very small, and so since it is recorded, so you can just follow this installation. And yeah, it did not take my password as well. Did you see that password? No, is it saying password? Oh, okay. So again, this is one of the services. It took time for me to also get my vCenter services detected. So it is just too slow to check those identity management or password checking service in the background. So even if you're putting the correct password, it might not accept it because some of the services in the background are still starting. So so guys, here I'm just gonna click that browser, because the lab is still long and we have now less time according for all the steps. So I'm just trying to try to understand, guys. Try to understand first what's going on with the lab. Now there is that 503 going on, and so 503 just means that it's trying to log in, and it's still waiting for the services to start. And I refresh. So yeah, I need to after the installation is done, successful installation is done of update manager, we need to just sign out, sign in. So I'm just gonna go out, sign out only from the vCenter, and actually I went and signed out from the Windows as well. Otherwise, normally we were supposed to just sign out, sign in from the vCenter. This wasn't just an extra step. Services in the background are still working. Sign out, sign in does not initiate the services again. The restart of the computer initiates the services. So, but I think it's gonna be still on 543. I'm not sure why it is terribly slow here. So if guys, we already understand that this was the procedure that I showed you there to install the update manager. Now waiting for this service here would be not very feasible. So Japinder, is that login still there? Because now I've covered that in the video, that this service. So I'm just gonna try to connect. Japinder is still there, or anyone who wants to give TeamViewer access, so I could just go ahead and show you how update manager works, and we can cover this in today's lab, because it's taking time. I'm refreshing this. Oh, I have to create new login for TeamViewer. Oh, okay, thank you. So yeah, this is update manager was supposed to be covered. It's covered now. So just as soon as Japinder creates a new login, so we'll just connect to his machine. Thank you for offering. And there's a lot of steps to do, and today my vCenter is just on strike. 543 just means that waiting for the vCenter services to start, although it seemed like it has started. Okay, there you go. So Japinder, thank you for sharing that. I'm just gonna controls go to TeamViewer now. And the password I'll just grab from him. He has put that in privately there. And the password is, I'm just gonna say it loudly because he kept it private, but I'm gonna say it loudly. Small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1 2 3. Ha! No, that's not the password. Okay. Anyway. Hey. Somebody's copying me. Wow. Okay, guys. So this is a nice view. And I think I'll mute his mic. Add echo. Oh, now I don't have to add echo. Echo. The echo is echoing. Communicate. I'll just. Now we're okay, right? Okay, that's the first thing. And second thing is, I'll just go for his machines. Thank you again, Japinder, for offering your machines and saving our time. So I'll just go ahead and I am recording that. Yeah. So guys, those who are here, I'll just drag it here. Now the update manager appears after what I did. Then sign out, sign in, and the update manager actually appears there. So Munir says his computer is crashing. Yeah, Munir, you can try to understand here and take your time to configure that later as well. You can just follow the video as well for that. But right now, guys, just try to understand. So where I went was, if we are logged in and we go to the home button here, so the update manager is showing here, right? So this update manager was not there before the installation. Now it is there. Second thing is, I'm going to click that update manager now and go inside that update manager. Shalender is saying that do we need to take a screenshot? So I'm just guys, if you clicked inside, just go back and click home here, and so click home, see this, and click home. Take a screenshot number 4, update manager installed. Take a screenshot number 4 here, update manager installed. Take a screenshot number 4. It also shows here actually, but if it shows so update manager installed, let's quickly do that. And I'm just worried about finishing all the steps. So screenshot for update manager installed. So that is done, right? So and let's go carry on. So screenshot number 4, update manager installed. Oh yeah, so Japinder's screenshot, because this is a great sacrifice he's giving by giving me machine. So I will cut all the marks for you today. Don't worry, guys. Japinder, you will get 0. Don't worry. No, you will get all marks. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and update manager. So let's click that. Now, if you've taken the screenshot, let's click that. Now, once we are inside the update manager here, so then click the server 2 here. Once you're inside the update manager, you can click server 2 here, right? So once you click server 2, so whatever you can configure in update manager is inside here in the manage area, right? In the manage area. So once you click manage, so what I did was I just clicked update manager, then I clicked server 2. Once I selected server 2, then on the right side there's manage. Not much here. So let's once you click the manage here, so you can see settings, host baselines, VMs and VAs, patch repository, ESXi images, VA upgrades. So settings here, network connectivity, and that is just client communication with the update manager server. So that's the port, that is 8084. Update manager patch used by the ESXi hosts. So this is just client connecting to update manager with these ports, and these ports should be, if you have firewalls on operating system level, you can just open or add these ports so clients of update manager and update manager can talk. Who are the clients of update manager? The hypervisor 1 and hypervisor 2 are the clients of update manager. Mustafa is saying I'm not seeing update manager. Oh, well, sign out, sign in, Mustafa. It comes after some time. It's all about our system being slow. So here, then the second thing is network connectivity. It's okay. We don't need to make any changes here. Don't need to change any ports. Then download setting is there, and the download settings actually shows you the sites, the VMware websites from where it is just programmed to download all the latest updates from. Right? So suppose your company has a big support contract with VMware, so you can ask for another site which may be faster, or updates are released earlier, so you can just add that site as well. Normally it doesn't happen, just the default sites where VMware put the updates and they are downloaded by all the update managers across the planet. So there's a download now here, right? So let's click that download now. Let's click that download now. And so here, download now. Once we click that download now here, then yeah, it has started in the background, the process. So let's go for download schedules here on the left side. I just click the button download now, that's all, right? So then there is the download schedule, and in the download schedule you can see that so frequency is daily, and last run was unknown, so we haven't run that download till now. Next run would be after 24 hours. So this is just the frequency of how many times the VMware or VUM or update manager will check the website of VMware to download all the latest updates if there are any available, right? Then there is notification check schedule, and again that would be how many times it will just notify you about the updates if you have attached that email server here with it. So, but overly it also checks that. But this is task name is VMware Vsphere update manager check notification. So did it check from the website? Actually, it's not going to notify you, but it's checking from the website how many times that suppose it failed to download the updates from the VMware website. So hourly it will give you notification, oh I was successful, or not, I was not successful, or there is no update to report. So it will just check that and report in the events manager. You can go to the events and check that notification. So VM settings here, and that is take a snapshot of the VMs before remediation to enable rollback. So I did mention the remediation word. Maybe you remember. Remediation just here means install updates or deploy updates. That's what the remediation means, right? So it just says that take a snapshot of the VMs before remediation. So when you're deploying updates, take a snapshot of every virtual machine. So obviously, if the updates break something in your environment, then at least you have a snapshot to go back to the VMs. If the VMs are corrupted after new updates, so at least you can go back to the snapshot. And it says here, do not delete snapshot. So definitely when you're doing updates, better to take backups of critical machines and take snapshots of the machine to go back to if the new update breaks something in the VMware environment. So then we go to host and cluster settings here, and that is where I'm just gonna make it full screen now. I'm gonna make it full screen. So here, host and cluster updates. Now this is asking VM power state. So do not change VM power state. So suppose you're about to deploy, and this is maintenance mode settings. I informed before as well that the hypervisors, if you suppose you have 200 hypervisors in a big company and you want to deploy updates, so the hypervisors have to be put to maintenance mode first, right? We're going to be doing that too. So when they are put to maintenance mode, they normally the message is, hey, you want to suspend the machines, you want to vmotion those machines, suspended machines, and also powered on machine, you want to vmotion before you go to maintenance mode, because then you cannot do anything, right? Maintenance mode, virtual machines or hypervisor is not functioning. So it's just saying that do not change the VM power state. If it is shut down, keep it shut down. If it is powered on, keep it powered on, but then you have to vmotion it. So then disable removable media devices that might prevent a host from entering maintenance mode. So removable media devices that if you connect it to host an external drive, or NAS is connected through USB, direct attached storage is connected. So in that case, it might not go to the maintenance mode. So it's saying that disable removable media devices. So if that happens, by default the setting is no, but you can press it yes as well if you have some kind of direct attached storage to your physical servers and not over the network. So in that case, you can press yes, that disable it, otherwise it won't go to maintenance mode, the physical servers. And then we have retry entering maintenance mode in case of failure. So just like in Windows you have a safe mode, when you press F8 there's a safe mode there. So retry entering maintenance mode in case of failure as well, and that would be yes. So at least try three times to put the hypervisor into maintenance mode. So yes, that's good idea actually. So and then there is Pixie boot enabled. Pixie booted host settings allow installation of additional software on Pixie booted host. So what is Pixie booted? Those hosts which boot from over the network, and suppose you have a hypervisor here, and that hypervisor is actually Pixie booted, which means that the hypervisor boot from the network. So there's a network card here, and from the network card it just checks the configuration files from over the network somewhere, and the ESXi ISO, it just simply downloads some initial files and then boots for that ESXi hypervisor. So ESXi hypervisor is not actually installed here, but it just shows there to be added there, right? So this means that if there is any Pixie booted hosts, so allow installation of so try the update manager to install updates even on those Pixie booted hypervisors as well. So update manager will deploy updates there as well. Then there is cluster settings, and the cluster settings you have then some options there for cluster settings. Disable distributed power management. So this is our favorite one, DPM. And DPM does what? It saves your hydro, right? So you can just shut down your it will shut down your hypervisors and save electricity all night, and then power on your hypervisors again if they decide to power on, or if they're in a mood to power on. So second thing is, so it says that in cluster settings, hey VUM, disable DPM. So yes, so if DPM is enabled, in our case it is disabled anyway, but if it is enabled, so VUM, before the VUM will update the hypervisors, it will disable automatically the DPM. right? Second thing is disable high availability admission control. Now admission controls keeps the capacity of the hypervisors, like for some crash. In case of crash happens, it will keep certain level of certain percentage of CPU and memory, so that the crashed hypervisors virtual machines could be distributed among the remaining surviving hypervisors. So admission control, do you want to disable that when VUM is running? So it is by default no, but you can disable it as well if you want. It's not actually really going to be in conflict with VUM updates. So default disable fault tolerance. So it's all up to you. You want to go for disabling all these advanced features. Enable parallel remediation for hosts and clusters. This means that you want to suppose there are 200 hosts there, right? Hypervisors. So you want to update all the hosts at the same time, or you want to update first this host and then restart, then this host, then restart, then this host, then restart, and then this, right? So, and then there is migrate powered off and suspended VMs to other hosts on the cluster. So it's just saying that, hey, you want me to migrate or move the virtual machines that are powered off or suspended before you take the host to maintenance mode. On maintenance mode, obviously, virtual machines do not work and the network is not available. So it's kind of those settings that by default you should configure, although you will be given a chance later when you are actually doing that. These all options will come at that time. We can also select customized or manually that, okay, this I want to disable, this I don't want to disable, this I want to enable. So but it's the default centralized way of handling via the VUM, VMware Update Manager, when there are advanced features enabled. So then there is VApp settings, and the VApp settings is just smart reboot after remediation. So it just says that, hey VApp, you're grouping the machines together, so you can just restart all the machines, virtual machines together when remediation has begun. So normally you can VUM can update virtual machine VMware tools as well, right? So after VUM has updated the virtual machines VMware tools or virtual machine hardware, so then VApp can actually restart all the machines. So VApp will work with VUM, right? Both will work together in case of update of virtual machines. So that is settings, basic settings here. Then we go to the host baseline, right? So host baseline here will just show you the basic patches that you can install. So already some default patches are showing there. So if I go here, critical host patches predefined, non-critical host patches predefined. So there are critical host patches, and right now they're 95. I think everyone is seeing 95. Anyone seeing different number here for critical host patches? Is it 95 for everyone and non-critical 323 for everyone? Is it 95 for everyone? Okay, Tosin has, Shiva has, yes, Gabriel, oh, same numbers, okay. For pretty much everyone, it is 95 and 323 for critical, for non-critical 323 and critical 95. So that's good. And while we were doing all that and we were busy doing ours, so I could not help just checking that. Oh, wow. So see, this was a very good decision to go ahead. My vCenter is not behaving today. Okay, anyway, well, I'll just give it a whip. Restart vCenter. In my case, that's it. I'll just leave it at that. So what we were doing here was, let's go for new baseline here. So we're going to create our own customized a collection of updates, what we want to install, what we don't want to install. So let's click that new baseline. Once we click the new baseline here, for Iman it is 0. No, really? Never heard that. Iman, did you click the download button at the start? Where we click the download. So if I cancel that, and you can see settings, and you can see download settings here, this one. Settings, download settings, and click the download now. So try to click it several million times. just make sure you clicked it, right? And yeah, hopefully the internet is fast. So Vinay is saying 83 critical, 350 non-critical. What? Okay, Vinay, you can just come back to settings, go to download settings and click download now. So maybe the slow internet has not really yeah, Japinder, maybe. Oh, you're getting the echo still. So yeah, you can use the headsets. Try to use that. So download settings might, when we click the download now, for some the downloads are slow, for some it is fast, right? So that's why it's showing different numbers or no numbers at all, right? So let's go back to host baselines, and I'm going to click the new baseline. So Vinay, if you have 83, that's also you can just go ahead with us, right? It's okay. It doesn't matter what number is there because we're going to be choosing our own, right? So Imane, you can also just start this new baseline here. So this is a new baseline, and suppose this is April updates. Suppose let's just put the some name here, April 2020 updates, right? So then we're going to choose our set of updates here. 840, and you can still, Mustafa, you are not able to see the update manager. Wow, I think you can just restart the whole vCenter. If update manager did not appear now, refresh, go to home button. Hopefully all the steps were done, or you can follow the video later to reinstall the update manager and then check that. If it has not appeared by now, then yeah, it could be a problem. My vCenter is not acting as well. So did you try log off, login from the vCenter and also from the user account? Try those, otherwise ultimate sacrifice is restart. So April 2020, but try to understand here as well what's going on. Main thing is, if you understand, we can repeat the lab anytime, any number of times. If you don't understand, then repeating the lab any number of times is also not of any use. So April 2020 updates, and then host patch, you can select the baseline or number of collection of updates for host. Host means ESXi hypervisors, or host extension. Host, if you click that host extension here, so it just goes for additional software or that you're going for, any appliances that you're installing there. So whatever additional software from third party that you have connected, suppose for backup you go for VUM, so that's an additional software that's connected to the host. So any other extra software, and then there's host upgrade, and that pretty much upgrades your host from 6.75 to 6.0, 5.5 to 6.0, 6.0 to 6.5, 6.5 to 6.7. So, and now 7.0 is arriving. So but we're going to go back to host patch here. Make sure that you selected host patch here, and let's click next after selecting host patch. Once you click next here, so you can see there's a fixed update and there's a dynamic update. So fixed baselines remain the same even if new patches are added to the repository, while dynamic baselines are updated when new patches meeting the specified criteria are added to the repository. So that is just if you've put an update today and then its newer version arrived after 6 months, so in fixed one the older version will remain, and the newer version of that update will install as well. While in a dynamic update, so if you have older update there and its newer version has arrived, so it will uninstall the older version and then it will install the new version. Sometimes what happens is that suppose you uninstall the older version, it might break your current software as well. Suppose you're updating it, and for that obviously you need to uninstall. So sometimes very few times it breaks some portion of the software, some portion of the software starts giving errors. Then you reinstall this update, and then it's also okay. So sometimes administrators go for this fixed update that don't touch my older version of the update. I'm just gonna manually uninstall it and install the newer version of that as well. So that's the logic behind that. So it's up to us how we're managing this environment. Let's go for dynamic, although fixed or dynamic in our environment doesn't really matter. So, but if you understand what's going on here, then it's good. So I'm selecting dynamic for no particular reason, but we understand what they do, and click next. And well, did I click next? Yeah. So once you click next, now it's time to select which updates to install and which not to install. So you can see that if you have patch vendor, then you have severity level, then you have category here, then you have product. So total, if any in patch vendor, any in severity, any in category, and any in product, they're all any. So then there are total 418 patches here. Maybe you have different number here, but hopefully majority have 418 patches here. But obviously we don't have any Cisco product here, right? So we're gonna, in the patch vendor, we're gonna go for Vmware. So this is, when you select the Vmware in the patch vendor, you can see that's 414 now. So if you go for severity, so we can go actually for critical, only critical, and these critical are 95 patches, right? So, and if we go for category here, so we can go for security, and now it's down to 25 patches. So critical and security, right? So 25 patches, and then instead of we only have 6.5 here. So if we select that 6.5, so then it goes down to 7 patches. So VMware critical security 7 patches. So that's how it will. So Imane is showing the screen. So what's going on here? 0 patches. Whoa, blown away. What? So it did not download at all. This means your internet is very, very slow. At that, oh yeah, when I think you may have removed the internet, as we were all saying, okay, after this remove the internet. So get the internet back, click the download button, and then come back here, right? We can do that too. You can try that too. Maybe at the time when you were clicking download, the internet would have been gone. So in that case, it's not showing. Cool. So guys, here it's down to 7 patches, which is okay for us. We just need some small patches. If you know how to deploy, then you can deploy pretty much all patches as well. So we are creating a baseline where there are just 7 VMware critical security patches. Actually, you know what? Bug fix. If you go down here, so keep the control key on the keyboard pressed and also select bug fix. Now it goes up to 28 patches. So obviously if our environment has some bugs, so that would be also important. In fact, that would be more important than security in our environment, but security obviously is also very important. So guys, VMware critical security and bug fix and 6.50, we have selected all 4, and now it is 28 patches. So hopefully it is 28 patches for you as well. If it is slightly up and down, it's okay, but if it is 0, it's not okay. So definitely something may have happened. So oh, this machine still has internet actually. So VMware critical security bug fix 6.5. If you have that 28 patches, then let's take a screenshot here. All patches selected. Then take a screenshot here. All patches selected. Take a screenshot. All patches selected. Screenshot number 5. All patches selected. Shot 5. All patches selected. All patches selected. And then let's click next. So let's click next after you have taken a screenshot here, number 5, which is all patches selected, and then click next. So once you click next here, so that's total 28 patches here, and then it just shows this number of updates. So it's just saying patches to exclude. Out of the 28 patches, you want to still exclude something? Well, it's okay. We don't have to exclude anything. But if you want to, this is just asking again. So we're not going to click anything here and click next. So additional patches. So it's just saying that are you really sure that you don't want additional patches? So we already selected 28 patches. We don't need more. So we're not going to select here as well. So no selection here. Next. And yeah, so our baseline with the bug fixes and security patches inside is ready. So baseline is ready. Let's click finish. Let's click finish with the baseline. And once you click finish with the baseline here, here you have April 2020 updates available now with 28 patches, which is okay. So what we need to do is, so you now understand that these 95 patches were for security critical updates for 5.5, 6.0, and then 6.5. That's why they were 95. We're just having 6.5 environment, so that's why we should be only having 6.5 related patches there. So once the baseline is created, we're going to be going ahead, but to attach it to the hosts. But then there's VMs and VA baselines here. Let's click that too and check what is it. So this is for just virtual machines. If you want to create a baseline for updating virtual machine VMware tools or virtual machine hardware or virtual appliances, VA, right? Virtual appliances. So it is for that that you are if you want any of those. So if you have any appliances, suppose appliance for backup, appliance for anything else you have, so you can update those as well. So you can create baselines for that too. Right now we're going to concentrate on just working on the baselines for a host, but you can do the VMs and VAs baseline as well. Then there is new baseline group. So baseline group just means that suppose you created one baseline for VMware tools, second baseline for hardware upgrade, and two baseline groups were created there, two baselines were created there. You can group them together here. So suppose you only selected baselines for 5.5 and hardware upgrade for 5.5, so you create one group for that. Then you only selected VMware tools upgrade for 6.5 and VM hardware upgrade for 6.5 as well, so you can create a separate group for that, right? But so we get that this is for VMs and virtual appliances. Then there's the next one here, patch repository. And patch repository is that's just a repository of all the patches, but you can download from the vmware.com website, right? At the start of the course, I asked you to just get your create a free account in vmware.com, and I'm sure everyone has created that. So you can just go there and check for some particular update, download that update, and then import it here. Actually, it's saying compliance view here, but oh yeah, sorry, this was import patches here. So you can import that manually as well. Otherwise, download now should do the job. Okay, and then there's ESXi images here. So ESXi images really is you wanna so suppose you install a full hypervisor, ESXi01 suppose, and then you perfectly configure it. You create 3 switches there, whatever the requirement of the company is, and then port groups for each switch. For all departments, the port groups are created there, and all kinds of other data stores are created there. So that could be the perfect image, right? And you have a lot of other empty hardware. Suppose you bought it from IBM, and so first you create an image of a ESXi hypervisor with all the perfect configurations. Then you simply add it here, and then you export. You deploy the image created here to all the other empty servers. So suppose there are 2 other heavy duty empty servers, very good hardware, and or 3 here. So one you separate here the hardware, you install the hypervisor here, and then you upload that image, create an image of that, upload it. So that image you can deploy with the help of a feature called auto deploy, right? So auto deploy with it works with the VUM, and then VUM provides the image. Auto deploy simply deploys over the network that image to the empty servers, right here. So that's how they both work together, right? So but that takes time and resources as well. So if I go down here, okay, so then VA upgrades, and VA is virtual appliance. So all the appliances, vSphere replication server is an appliance. If you go further down here, there is vRealize appliance, and then there is there may be other appliances as well, right? So vRealize business appliance, vSphere Zimbra replication, and vSphere. So there are just few appliances, but you can just download now updates for any other appliance as well. Now these are all the working areas or updates areas for the VMware Update Manager. Now let's go back to host baseline here, right? Host baseline. Once you click the host baseline here back, so you remember that you have created that April 2020 updates. So if this is showing here, now we need to attach the baseline to our two hypervisors. So how do we attach this baseline to our two hypervisors? For that, you need to go to the host and clusters there. So let's go up there to the home button here. Let's go up there to the home button and then click ghosts and clusters. No, it's hosts and clusters, but don't look back now. There's a ghost behind you. Boo. No, okay, just kidding. So, okay, here, hosts and clusters. And yeah, those who are sitting alone, they would be scared to death now. But anyway, so here, so now we have two hypervisors here. Now let's click the E6i01 here. Once we click the E6i01, so go ahead and click the E6i01, and you can see on the end here, remember, maybe you remember that, but it was never there before, right? It would end here at the networks. There was nothing else, but now update manager is showing here, so that's good. So E6i1, select and click update manager. Now once you go to the update manager, obviously the baseline that you created back there, you have to attach the baseline to this hypervisor. Then it's going to check that, oh, the updates that I have, I'm the baseline, and the updates I have, is this hypervisor compliant to my updates? The baseline will check that. So let's click that attach baseline under the update manager. Let's click that attach baseline here. And you can check this April 2020 updates. Go ahead and select that April 2020 updates. And then if you've selected that, then you can actually press OK, which I cannot see here. Seriously. Okay. So yeah. Oh, I'll just make it smaller. And I cannot. Woo! Yay! And this is already full. So there is attach baseline is disabled. So Mariam shows that attach baseline is disabled. So attach baseline is disabled. Did you create a baseline? Was it created successfully? Did you press OK or cancel at the end? So just try to create a new baseline and then come back here, or refresh. First of all, refresh up here, Mariam, and check if the baseline just comes back. Otherwise, just create a new baseline, just like we did, and then attach it. So but it could be just refresh or create a new baseline. And what else? Oh, that's a second screenshot. Mariam already has that. So enter key, double click on the top. Oh, okay. Oh man, Tosin, you're a genius. So Mariam, you can create a new baseline or refresh, and it might appear there. So okay, and pressing enter would have been also good. Principle is also okay. So okay guys, here let's press OK. So I'm selecting April 2020 updates and press OK. So now this baseline is attached, but refresh Mariam, or just create a new baseline, although this baseline should work, and refresh. Now I have selected the baseline and attached baseline, and it is selected, but it's gonna appear here now. So the baseline, once it is selected, it appears here. And so what is scan? Yeah, there it is. So host patch and compliance status. So see this baseline, type, compliance status. So baseline, this type is host patching, yes, but why is it unknown? So if you select this one, and there's a detached baseline, we don't need to detach it, and it shows all the updates there, but we can just click this scan for updates. So scan for updates does what? It actually checks the current host updates and compares it with the baseline updates. Obviously we did not deploy the baseline updates, so it's going to go for non-compliant here, right? So let's go for scan for updates, and it's going to compare its own updates with the baseline updates. So let's click scan for updates here. Patches and extensions and upgrades. So yeah, just check everything, although we don't have any upgrades, but we'll keep it selected and press OK. So it goes ahead, and so if you attached it, it's appearing after some time. It's just slow. You can refresh as well, but it's quite slow to show. Okay, is it done? Work in progress. Oh, the updates are down here. So, well, scan for updates did not do anything. I'll just refresh here as well. I'm going to refresh here as well. So, oh, okay. So, Shiva is saying, repeat. So, Shiva, from where? Where are you? So, you see non-compliant already, 1000, that's good. After attach. So, attach baseline, then after attach, just scan for updates. This one. And you can see already, so Shiva just click scan for updates and press OK. And here, so guys, you can see that, well, it's showing unknown, but after some time, it normally just starts showing that it is non-compliant. But you can see that how many updates are missing. So that's your live update here, and how many updates require a reboot and maintenance mode as well, right? So one update does not require a maintenance mode, but it requires a reboot, right? So, but all other updates require that. So you can see all types of updates there. Now, Imani has sent a screenshot as well, and it's showing what? Yeah, Imani, you're good. You're good. So, why some of them are installed now after scan? Well, we will be actually deploying that. Some of them were already there, Imani. Some of them were already there. So those are not installed now, but they were already there. Okay. And then there is Tosin, who has sent the screenshot. Guys, if it is working for you, then you don't have to send. If there's an issue, then you can send. Oh, first let's just appreciate the laptop of Tosin. So the keys are good and it's nice. And what's the model of this laptop? Oh, okay. So yeah, updates are unknown and refresh. And yeah, you're good. Well, you can just put a refresh here, guys. Oh, not guys. Tosin, you can just put a refresh here, right? And then try to come back. Okay, guys, let's try to go ahead. Just it's not giving you the results right away. Oh, now it shows non-compliant, right? I didn't do anything. It just shows non-compliant after some time. So yeah, we just have to wait. Guys, the next thing is stage patches. What is the purpose of stage patches here? Stage patches means that you can you can just try to, suppose you are patching 2 hypervisors here, right? Or 200 hypervisors here. So during the daytime, you try to click the stage patches, which just means that you download all the updates and then at the time of actual patching, you just remediate. So remediate means install the updates, right? Remediate means install the update. But throughout the day, or suppose it was actually done on Saturday evening, you all plan to do it on Saturday evening. So use stage patches just means that, hey, download all the updates. Otherwise, if you don't do that, what will happen? When you click the remediate button, this one, it will download the updates as well as remediate. That's going to take time, right? So, but if you stage patches, it downloads already everything. So 50% of the work is done. Actually, 80% of the work is done. Download takes time, right? Then remediation is just faster, right? It just patches faster if you have done the stage patches. So remediate directly will download and then install. What is... Man, everything is slow today. So I need to update. I did call Bell today that, hey, why are you charging me more? And I think they didn't like it and they slowed my network. That's not good. Okay, just kidding. So Gabriel says his show's compliant. What? You're kidding me. Seriously? Okay, still, Gabriel, if it is compliant, which is that maybe your updates are not latest, maybe those are the updates that are already there, or maybe you remediated already here, and you've done that course 2-3 times before as well. Just kidding. So 6.0. Oh, okay. So really, why? But it's okay. I mean, your updates actually are already there, but still do what we're doing with us, so we can understand how to remediate. So stage patches, we already understand what is that. Then we need to go for remediate now. So remediate means don't click that, don't click that, don't click that. Remediate just means that, hey, whatever we have attached, the baseline, whatever the updates are there in the baseline, just install it on this particular host, ESXi1, right? So, but before that, we need to do several steps, guys. And what are those several steps? We need to prepare the hosts. We need to tell them, hey, we are about to upgrade you. The host says who, and we say you. Okay, so we need to upgrade the host, or we need to prepare the host to be updated by the VUM, right? So how do we do that? First thing, just like the slide is saying, that disable lockdown mode. So guys, let's go to ESXi1. Let's log in from DCUI and simply disable the lockdown mode for this lab only. And let's go to ESXi2, go to the DCUI, go inside, and then disable the lockdown mode there as well. Once these two things are done, second thing is we need to put both hosts in maintenance mode as well, right? We need to put both hosts in maintenance mode as well. Then we can start remediating. So let's just follow the steps here. First step is I'm going to go to ESXi1 here, and I'm going to log into the ESXi here. So I'm just going to send oh yeah, F2. Why am I sending control alt delete? Seriously. So I'm just gonna send the key from my home to Japinder's home, and there's that F2 has gone there. So root here, and we're just gonna go to the DCUI direct console user interface, put the password there. Hopefully it's the class password. It is not. It is, or it's not. Oh, it's the full password, Japinder. The long password, or is it your own password? So small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123 without shift 123. Oh, Japinder, can you put the password? So yeah, thank you. So the password, and oh, okay. So guys, if Javinder forgot the password, he will be bringing, he will be doing the home delivery for all the samosas. Oh, okay, too late. Yeah. So we weren't that lucky. So let's go for configure lockdown mode. Configure lockdown mode here. So see this, that's the second one here, right? So configure lockdown mode here and press enter. So once you press enter, it's simple. Just uncheck it, and the lockdown mode is unlockdown mode. Okay, that's not a terminology. So it's no longer lockdown. So just uncheck it and enter to press OK. Okay, and if you press escape key, it doesn't actually restarts all the network services, so it's okay. It's just done. You don't have to. It doesn't restart the network management services. I'm going to go to ESXi2 as well, and there I'll go for the password that I think, Jipinder, you can just put the password. Thank you, sir. All right, thank you. And here, configure lockdown mode here as well. Just press enter, uncheck that from spacebar, and press enter again. That's all we need to do, right? So the lockdown mode has been disabled on both of the hypervisors. Why? VUM will now be able to remotely deploy all the updates to these two hypervisors. Otherwise, it won't be able to do that. You have to manually do this there. Oh, okay, got it. Thank you. Wow, man. You're very secretive, Japinder. That's very good, man. Oh, what was the password again? Let me just say it out loud. Oh, just kidding. So here, now, but thank you, sir. And now I'm just gonna go back to if you have just unlocked the password. So I'm just gonna go for server 2. So the two machines lockdown mode has been disabled. So we're kind of okay now to deploy all the updates remotely. Now we have to make sure that ESXi1, first of all, we attach the baseline to ESXi1. Obviously, we're going to attach the baseline to ESXi2 as well, right? Then after attaching the baseline, you don't have to really go for scan for updates. We know that this new baseline updates are not here. So it's okay to do that. If you didn't do that, it's also okay. So I'm just going to go to ESXi1 and show the procedure for ESXi1, but then we're going to go for ESXi2 as well, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. Now, why I'm not going to go to remediate again? I'm going to stop here. I'm not going to click that. Don't click that. Don't click that. Why? We haven't put this hypervisor to maintenance mode yet. So lockdown mode is disabled and hypervisor if it is on maintenance mode. So I can see all the machines are shut down, which is good. So I'm going to go to ESXi1. I'm going to right click here on ESXi1 and then enter maintenance mode. I have to go for that. So there's the maintenance mode here, and you can see this, enter maintenance mode, right? This is actually like a safe mode in Windows. So none of the drivers are loaded other than the network. And so I'm just going to click that. Let's click enter maintenance mode, right? So here, once I click the enter maintenance mode, a host in maintenance mode does not perform any activities on virtual machines. So it's just saying that move powered off and suspended machines to other hosts in the cluster. So I don't want it to move my powered off machines. Although in our lab it doesn't matter if it powers move them, it's okay, it doesn't matter. But right now I don't want it to move the powered off and suspended machine to other hosts in the cluster. But it can do that for you for any reason you have. So uncheck that and press OK. So it's just going to maintenance mode. There will be a separate icon that will appear there for the maintenance mode. You can see now it's kind of just like a road maintenance. You can see an icon here. So now ESXi1 is in maintenance mode. Now I am safe to start the remediation. Now don't do that for ESXi2 because we haven't attached the baseline to the ESXi2. After attaching the baseline to ESXi2, and then we need to put this to maintenance mode as well. I'm just showing first on the ESXi1 the procedure. So let's click remediate here after disabling the lockdown mode for ESXi1 and putting the ESXi1 on maintenance mode. So let's click remediate. It's a long wizard as well. So let's click the remediate, and what does remediate say? So remediate say here, and I'll double click that. Thank you for that suggestion. So that which baseline are you deploying? So it's April 2020 updates we're just going for. Let's click next. I just named it April. Those updates might be 6 month old. They might be 1 year old, right? The query execution time not because of the backend data. So whoa, whatever this. Okay, so April 2020 updates and click next. So the updates could be older as well. So this name actually is wrong, right? It's not all April updates. It could be very old updates as well. So and then on which hypervisor we're doing that? So it's ESXi1, but it could have been 20 or 200 hypervisors here as well, right? So this ESXi1, and then we click next. It's again saying patches and extensions. Select the specific patches and extensions that you want to apply. So maybe there are some patches that you actually want to apply, and you select that. So we're not going to make any change here on this page, and click next. So then it says schedule this action to run later. No, we want to run it now. So and ignore warnings about unsupported hardware devices and no longer supported VMFS data stores, and continue with the remediation. Yeah, this is okay. This is not going to disrupt our operations, right? Although our environment is not having any unsupported devices, but still, let's click that. We want to see how patch really works successfully. So let's click the ignore warnings about unsupported hardware devices. So we should not stop the patches just because of that, right? Or some administrators want to know exactly, oh, which one, so let me take it out, and then, so if that administrator has all the weekend to do nothing else and wants to just file in that overtime a lot, so can, okay, let's go, just experiment with all those or investigate. Let's click next after clicking the ignore, and then it says that what you want disabled during this. So it's already in maintenance mode, but you can see here, disable any removable media devices connected to the virtual machines on the host. Our case, nothing removable media devices related to this is connected, but still go ahead and click disable. So in production environment, if there was any attached devices, I would have definitely gone for that. So retry entering maintenance mode in case of failure, which is okay. Retry delay every 5 minutes, and number of retries 3 times if it is not going. Again, if it is Pixie booted, then go for remediate that as well. So we don't have any such hypervisor, so we're not going to check this one. So check this one on this page. I just checked this one and click next. Then it goes further. Hey, you want to disable DPM? Definitely we want to. Our DPM is already disabled, but in case, just in case, keep it disabled. FT, well, it is not disabled, so let's go ahead and disable that too. We want to make sure that the patching goes fine, successful, right? So disable fault tolerance as well. Disable high availability admission control as well, right? Disable. We don't want multiple hypervisors at the same time. We're gonna manually do that. We don't want automatically 2, 3, 4 hypervisors be done at the same time. So don't select this one. Migrate powered off machine. Again, we don't want to migrate as well. So we have disabled FT. We have disabled high availability admission control. We have disabled DPM. It's okay. And click next. Okay, what is Pixie boot? So Mustafa is saying Pixie boot is that you deploy an image over the network to empty hardware. So that is called Pixie boot. So if you deploy hypervisors over the network to empty IBM servers, so this means they Pixie boot it and then they grab the hypervisors from over the network. So that's just over the network. So for large scale deployment, that's how it is done. Okay, guys, so we don't have such kind of Pixie boot, so that's why we're not selecting that, and click next. Okay, so it's gonna go to maintenance. It is already, sorry, it's already on maintenance mode. It's going to just go for the remediation now. Hopefully it works for you and me. For Japinder. So let's click finish. That save default is for next time. Yeah, where's save default? Okay, yes. Okay, guys, click finish, and hopefully if there is an error, I will tell you what to do. So it is finished, but I really need to see now hey, where's the progress? Okay, so Japinder, can you put that progress so that check update, what was that? Our best friend? Check update? I forgot the name as well. Seriously? What's wrong with me? Yeah, this one. Recent tasks. Our best friend, recent tasks. Seriously, did I say check update? Okay, so guys, it is on 29%. We don't have to stare at it because you're gonna get hypnotized if you stare at it for long. So let's go for the second one. Thank you, Japinder, for that. And I'm just gonna go down. While it is going on, I'll just go for E6i2 here. Let's go for E6i2. We already did the lockdown, normal lockdown disable. So on E6i2, let's attach the baseline. Let's attach the baseline on E6i2. I'm gonna click attach. Attach baseline on E6i2. Press OK. Can you put 2 hosts in maintenance mode at the same time? Yes, we can. Babatunde, yes, we can do that. Well, just make sure that attach baseline was done and then you did that. So I'm just waiting for the attach baseline to finish. Okay, it's saying unknown. You don't really have to put that not compliant status there. We know it's non-compliant already. So I'm just gonna go straight to remediate here. Oh, sorry. Attach baseline. Then I'm gonna go for maintenance mode for this host as well. So I'm gonna right click here, go to maintenance mode here for this guy as well. Enter maintenance mode and uncheck move power off. So attach baseline to server ESXi2 and enter maintenance mode. That's what we're doing, right? So press OK. And it's going to maintenance mode as well. Hey, why am I not able to grab this up? Recent tasks. Thank you, sir. So ESXi1 is on 34%. If anyone is 100%, guys, objective here is this compliant report should be green compliant. It should be green compliant. Okay, so if not, go for maintenance mode. Will it work? So yeah, attach baseline even after maintenance mode. If it lets you, yes, go ahead and attach baseline then as well. Memo. So I haven't started the remediation of ESXi2, and we can actually do that too, right? So ESXi2 and click remediate. Sometimes it takes more resources and it affects the first one as well. That's why, but many just start right away the second one, and it just works. Both work fine as well. So I can just go for remediate here for the second one now, and just go for the same task. Just select the April 2020 updates. I'll double click that. Next. Select ESXi2 is selected already. Next. And then patches and extensions. Next. And ignore warnings about unsupported hardware. Check it. Only this one, right? And next. On this page, host remediation options, I'm disabling or selecting the disable any removable media devices, although we have none. So that's the only thing I'm selecting here. Next. There on the second last page, cluster remediation options, select disabling DPM is disabled already, disabling FT, and disabling high availability admission control as well. These are the other two options in the second last page that I've selected, and going for next and finito, right? So okay. Oh, actually, okay. So yeah, recent task. Thank you, sir. Oh, it's completed. Congrats, man. Man, everything is working for Japinder. It's his lucky day. I think you should, send samosas to everyone because it's your lucky day. No, I think your machines have been working before. So, well, ESXi1 for Japinder is done, and that was fast. What is right with you, man? So, if I go to ESXi1, can I run a scan for updates and get that green compliant while it is on maintenance mode? Or, well, when it is letting me do that? Or shall I go back? So even if it is in maintenance mode, we can yeah, so it's saying non-compliant here, and I select that while everything is installed, right? So let's click, if I refresh, just refresh will make it compliant, or better scan for updates. So I'm just going to check all that step by step. So 2 samosas for me because my machine is not running. What are you? 2 samosas? For not running machines, hey, then you should be paying for that, right? So scan for updates, I'm just going to click that and press OK. And I want a green compliant report here. Oh, there you go. Woohoo, yay. Okay, that's what we need, guys. Green compliant report. So that's your screenshot 1. So, screenshot 1, seriously. Screenshot 6 would be ESXi1 is compliant. So if you see that for ESXi1, then E6I1 is compliant would be the screenshot if you see that. So I'm going to go for the ESXi2 here. Yikes. Well, you know, it does say reboot for all, so that's really fast for me because normally it takes, I think I selected less updates, so thank you, sir. And ESXi2, what's wrong with ESXi1? It's 0%. But ESXi2 is on 29% now. Anyone got compliant on 1? Okay, Tosin 93% on 1. Okay. Okay, Alex say no. Mariam is yes. Okay, Shiva is yes, but green. Okay, that's good. Cylinder is yes. Okay, so many of us are yes. But ESXi2 has given an error. Whoa. Okay, Tosin, just retry again. Oh, but check the error. What is the error? Okay, let's check it out. I'll just make it bigger and I'll drag it here. So the error is there are errors during the. Okay, that's the error. So yeah, it doesn't say much, but Tosin, what you can do is remediate again. But when you go to remediate, at that time it's going to show you the error. So at that time, take a screenshot and upload here. When you click the remediate again, it will show you the error again. And it will show you much clearly at that time. Oh, Baba, you also got the error? I will try E6I1 finished. Yeah, that would be better. Ouch! Okay, we got... Hey, what's going on here? Isn't E6I done? And scan... So there's an error for ESXi1, and if I go back to ESXi1, it is compliant, but the recent task still showed error. If I go to ESXi2 as well, and I'll run the scan for updates because I think it is done. So Tosin, you can check that if ESXi1 is compliant, even if the error is there. Me same error for 2. Okay, so. Oh, if it says compliant, so 1 or 2 updates may not be. So the error may say that 1 or 2 updates are not compatible with this ESXi. In that case, those were not installed. So this error we can ignore actually. If it says that 1 or 2 updates were not actually compatible for this, were not made for this server, so in that case we can, if that's the case, if you know why I'm saying that we can ignore, because if it goes for compliant, then we're good. But here ESXi2 is actually not giving much. So it's still in the process of scanning. So and ESXi1, so I need to just check the update. Okay, there was a error, full error. There are errors during the scan operation. Check the events and log files for details. Okay. So Mariam is showing an error here, so I'm just gonna check that, and it says here this. There are errors during the remediation operation. Check the events log. So Mariam, okay, let's go to event log, guys, and check what's going on. But also make sure that does it say compliant or not. If it doesn't say compliant, then check your recent tasks if it is actually the process is done. When nothing is happening in the recent tasks, then make sure that you go for scan for updates first and make sure that it is compliant. If it is compliant, pretty much the required updates are there, but what are the errors? We still need to see that. So where is the events, right? So I need to see the events of ESXi1, which still says compliant as well. I'm going to go to ESXi1 here, and I'm going to go to monitor. I'll go to ESXi1 and then go to monitor, which shows compliant, but just to see the errors. H agent on this host is disabled. Configuration issue. Okay, we disabled the high availability agent, so we don't. Right now it's okay, but it was that the error. So performance. So tasks and event. We need to go to tasks and events actually. This one. and we need to go for events. There are errors actually. It shows here, and so I'll go for events. So ESXi1 monitor tasks and events, which if I click there is not, or scan entities there, and it's supposed to show down here the details of this. Event description, nothing. There are no related events. Are you kidding me? So this means we have to go. So guys, the main thing is if you got the compliant, then compliant just means that, and you can also investigate from what is compliant. So if I go back to update manager here, see this ESXi1 update manager, then I can go down to these as well. 1 or 2 updates might not be installed if that's the case. Otherwise, oh, they're all either there's obsolete update by host. The host rejected those updates. These are not 28 updates. You can see that many are obsoleted by host as well. See, so this means that we did select some older updates, but the host rejected those updates because those updates do not apply or not compatible with this host. So that's why I was saying that if the compliant is okay, report is okay, then it's kind of okay to ignore those errors. But whenever there are errors, definitely, you know, our process, our what we wanted to know was how to run compliance, you know, baseline scanning, and then how to update. So that process is done. Whatever is left, and our report, our objective was green compliant, that is also done. And we can see that many of the updates were actually rejected by the host because they're not compliant with the host. So that's also sensible. That makes sense. So whatever the extra errors are, we can just go for the log files later as well. You can just try to check yourself as well. I'm going to go for the exercise 2, and I'm going to check that what's going on here. Oh, it's also compliant. Woohoo! Yay! Okay. So, oh, okay. So Shiva says I remediated again and it worked. Okay, guys, remediated again. It's not pretty much showing a lot, so that's very good, Shiva. You tried it. So guys, the main thing is you keep going ahead, you keep trying, you keep hit and trial always. In this environment, it's always good to go for hit and trial and keep trying and think out of the box. Don't stop, keep troubleshooting, and you will succeed. So that's very good. And now ESXi2, so these are 2 screenshots. Screenshot number 1 is that ESXi1 is compliant, so take a screenshot here. And then screenshot 2 is, screenshot 6 and 7 are ESXi1 is compliant and ESXi2 is compliant. And take a screenshot of ESXi1 with compliant green showing, and take a screenshot of ESXi2 compliant green showing. So I'm just gonna put those screenshot names here. Tosin is trying again, and 34%. Yeah, hang in there, man. You can do it. Woohoo! Yay! Okay, so here I'll just go for, well, where's the pictures? Screenshot 6. So screenshot 6 is ESXi01 is compliant. And screenshot 7 is ESXi2 is compliant. Oh, yeah. 7 is ESXi2 is compliant. Okay, so yeah, I'll put the name of the screenshots there as well in the chat. So okay, after restarting my machine, Mustafa says still on 503. Wow, after restarting. Hey, I think I am also on 503. So it's better to be 503 than on 407. 407 charges us, right? It's a paid road, right? Stay on 503. So so guys, yeah, it's today. Some of our V centers are just not tip-top shape. So mine is also on 503. So thank you for Jupinder that the class went ahead. And if we go back here, and I can see that errors are showing there as well. Although we know that many of the older updates were rejected, right? So it could be that in production environments we never assume, we go down and check what was error, but in training environment, okay. So guys, if the compliant report is there for both, and you took the screenshot here as well, so what we can do is we can actually go back to what we what was the configuration was. So how we go back to the same configuration again, we have to put them back to the normal mode from maintenance mode. Take it out from the maintenance mode, both hypervisors. Second thing is then enable the lockdown mode as well, right? So take out the uh, hypervisors from maintenance mode. That's the first thing. So I'm just going to go to ESXi1. I'm going to select that. I'll right click here and go to maintenance mode and exit maintenance mode. So guys, what you should not do is, okay, so it said it obsoleted some of the patches. Yeah, Babatunde, that's what I was saying, that obsoleted patches. So we have selected some of the critical patches which are actually old and obsolete, but we just selected to know to just deploy something, right? Otherwise, yeah, we should not have selected those older patches for 6.5. But yes, that's good. That's actually okay. That is just normal. That even if in production environment you select some patches and it might reject that, the latest hosts might reject. That's why it's okay. It's not just not compatible. And guys, what you ESXi2 is compliant. Whoa, Tosin, congratulations! Woohoo! Yay! So guys, one warning here: what you should not do and what you should never do. What you should never do is, if the one host is compliant green, the other host must be compliant green with those same updates. What you cannot do is that one host is giving error, so you said okay, just leave it, and one host is fully updated, the other host is not updated. You both hosts must be on the same level, otherwise many of the things might start giving you errors. Many of the configurations that you have done or will be doing will start giving you errors. So make sure both hosts are successfully compliant, or both hosts are non-compliant. If one is compliant, one is non-compliant, that's a no-go. You're gonna get then some errors. Okay, so make sure both are compliant. Okay, exit maintenance mode. ESXi1, it is exiting. It exited. I'm gonna go for ESXi2 and go for maintenance mode there. Exit maintenance mode there as well. ESXi2. Now that's one thing. Second thing is if they're both if they've both exited to maintenance mode, then let's go one by one to ESXi1 and put it back to enable the lockdown mode, enable normal lockdown mode for ESXi1, and then enable normal lockdown mode for ESXi2 as well, right? So Miriam is asking, so is it mandatory to use same baseline for both? Yes, exactly, Miriam. So it has to be, so all hosts should be updated to same patch level. If they have different patch, just like in Windows we cannot afford to have different patch levels in anywhere else, in Linux we cannot afford, so in hypervisor as well, in VMware we cannot afford to have different patch levels on different hosts. So some of the configurations or future configurations will give you errors. So okay, so they're out of the maintenance mode, the two hypervisors. I'm just going to go back to the two hypervisors. ESXi1, I'm going to directly go there and again go for F2 here, and then go for the password. Oh, I actually put that password that you. Oh, now you're also putting it. I'm also putting. Okay, so you can put. Thank you, sir. And then just go down to the configure lockdown mode and enter, and then check mark again, enable lockdown mode. So press enter to that, enable lockdown mode, and press enter to that. So it's again enabled, make sure it is, and Control Alt, go out, go to Excite 2, and all right, thank you, sir. All right, thank you. And just go down to this, configure lockdown mode, and press enter here as well. So Mustafa says, what if we leave the lockdown mode disabled? So in our environment, nothing happens, but in production environment, what will happen is that other user, while you're connecting from the hypervisors from vCenter, so any other user can connect to that same hypervisor from the browser as well. So suppose a hacker wants to connect to your hypervisor remotely. So you have opened that option for the hacker to just put the ESXi01 in the browser, and he or she will be able to connect remotely and do some damage there or changes there. So with lockdown mode, only through vCenter you can connect, or directly you can connect. Don't give a chance to hacker to connect from a browser and then make changes or unauthorized changes. Maybe junior admin wants to check, hey, how does it work? I'm gonna test it, and junior admin does then create. So lockdown mode is really critical, really important. So guys, this is 8. Okay, so we updated the two hosts there. We patched the two hosts there, right? Oh, there are more questions here. So let's enter you or everything. Okay, if we have 200 ASXi, then we have to enable disable lockdown mode manually. So Asanul, then there are many scripts there out there, and you can just remotely do all that. Just disable with one script remotely, and it will remotely connect and disable the lockdown mode. But you must have the privileges of administrator for that. And Alexei is saying we can also change lockdown mode from vCenter. Yes, yeah, we can do that too. Exactly. We can also put it to strict lockdown mode as well. So guys, this is the what? VUM. So we talked about VUM and VUM. So let's go for another very long lab and try to test that too. And it's going to be even longer than this one. So let's get on with it. So now it's so Asana is asking how many topics left. So it's not that, it's a long list of small topics left. We can just try to finish that. So guys, is this the week 13? So you have 2 weeks left, right? We have 2 weeks left total, and then the program is, or course is over. Okay, 2 weeks left. So week 14, week 15. Week 15, you're getting 1 week left. 1 week only? No, 2 weeks, man. Is it week 14 that we are going for? Is this week 14? Okay, for Tajinder it's 2 weeks. For others it's 1 week. So, guys, what's going on? So I'll check with Anurit or Preetham. What's going on? 27 is last day. Oh, okay. 27. Oh, hey, that's next week. So this is the second last week. So yeah, so please check with the management for extra classes, and yeah, sure. 3 more weeks? Let's have 5 more weeks, right? Or 6 more weeks. we keep doing that until our kids are in university and we are like okay. So yeah, just try to check. Very good idea. Okay, wow, serious. Okay, so yeah guys, so please confirm with management how many weeks are we getting, because there will be next course also starting at the same time, but it's not starting soon. So any extra weeks, maybe we can do 27 and 28. So guys, there are all kinds of ideas there. So Munir saying I don't want any more classes, please. So okay guys, since Munir says no more classes, so this is it. This today was the last class. Okay, bye bye. It was a very nice program with you. You all have to convince Munir now. And if Munir does not agree, then we're not having any more classes, right? So just grab Munir, and then kind of convince him. Just beat him up or something, right? So okay, so for today only, no more. Okay, so no more hours. So Shiva has put some screenshot. Why? Not anymore. Okay, never. So guys, you have to convince Munir. Otherwise, we cannot have this program going if Munir is not with us, right? So okay, and the week before we started online classes. Yeah. So guys, can you? My suggestion is please connect to Preetham and officially let me know how many weeks, because I'm gonna send the same email to him. So how many weeks are left, and does Humber give more classes or not, or what's going on, right? So Munir is saying today's our last class. Guys, I can't do anything more now. So Munir is in charge, Okay, so also the first class wherein you were the only one in the room. Yeah, that was not fair with me, right? I was the only one there. So that was bad communication. So guys, Munir is saying he's gonna sabotage the whole plan. So before that, just let's come to his house and ask him out, and then just kidnap him or something, right? And put some, just tie him with the chair for the next 2 weeks, so we could have the 2 classes or 1 class. Okay, so he's in charge of breaks. So yeah, let me just go for. Hey Munir, you were in charge of breaks, man. Why are you complaining? Okay, so why Shiva, you put a picture? Okay, insufficient resources to satisfy Vsphere HA. So Shiva, we had disabled the Vsphere HA, right? And we have disabled all this. So, and they came back from being in the maintenance mode. In the maintenance mode, HA cannot detect them, right? So that's why it's giving the error. So this error should be gone, or Shiva, just go back and check. In fact, everyone should go back and check that Tor cluster if HA and DRS are still disabled, and enable them again, right? So that's a good observation, Shiva. Okay, and I think the best is those who want more classes, they can go for private classes on request. Okay, so guys, Munir has some more. So there was family day holiday in 1 class. Yeah, exactly. So guys, please just talk to Preetham and officially get a response. So I'm just gonna close this team viewer. Thank you, Japinder. You have saved the day, and I'm just closing that now. And don't worry if you did not put Japinder, if you did not put any screenshots, because if you don't have any screenshots, I'm gonna give you 0. Don't worry about that. Just kidding. Okay, so here. Okay. So yeah, it's my little kid. Yeah, Munir is class rep now. So guys, let's. So I'm just gonna stop that here, and.